It's time for high school football, presented by Chardon Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. The best Stark County football is heard right here all season long. Whether you're in a car, at home, or on the go, the action is live on Q92 and streaming on the Q92 Facebook page, X, and our YouTube channel. Now, let's take you live to the stadium and our broadcast team for tonight's kickoff on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Here they go! Touchdown!
local broadcast teams, some of the other games going on tonight. First, we are going to head to Glen Oak, where Mike Voorhees has the call between Dover and Glen Oak.
Week 1 of high school football is here, and tonight we are live from Bob Cummings Field at Glen Oak High School for the Dover Crimson Tornadoes and the Glen Oak Golden Eagles on the Q92 Sports Network, presented by the Chardon Auto Group. Dover will have a new head coach for the first time in 30 years, as Dan Ift has retired. Matt Rees, who was the team's defensive coordinator, is now the man in charge. The Tornadoes welcome back many of its top players from last year, including dual-threat quarterback Jack Judkins, who threw for over 2,600 yards with 23 touchdowns and also ran for 541 yards and 7 more touchdowns. Dover's offense averaged over 31 points last season, and they will look to do the same this year. For Glen Oak, they look to rebound after their 1-9 record last season, as head coach Scott Garcia has 28 returning lettermen, including the tone-setting linebacker Matt Rextus. He had 73 tackles last season and is the leader on the Golden Eagles defense. Javion McClendon is back. He is explosive, folks, 706 yards from scrimmage, also had 6 touchdowns, and 2 of those were by way of kick return. It's Dover and Glen Oak, and you can listen live on the Q92 Sports Network. Pre-game at 6:30, kickoff at 7. For Q92 Sports, I'm Mike Voorhees.
Thanks, Mike. Next, we're going to send it to South Range, a big game, I think, in my mind, between South Range and Lake. Lake on the road tonight, and they are facing South Range, and Mike Dixon has that call. If I didn't say they're facing South Range enough, I apologize. I'm just kidding. Here's Mike Dixon. Let's check in with him from South Range.
Good evening. I'm Mike Dixon with Q92 Sports, high school football presented by Chardon Auto Group. Tonight we have Lake Blue Streaks traveling to Division 5 powerhouse South Range Raiders. The Blue Streaks come into the 2025 season with high hopes after going 7-5 last season. Lake returns 19 letter winners, including quarterback Ty DeGeorge and running back Davis Matson. On the defensive side of the ball, middle linebacker and senior Kyle Hammer will be back to set the defense for the Blue Streaks. The Blue Streaks team may have one of the best, most athletic receiver and DB rooms that they've ever had. And if you're familiar with the Lake teams, you know that's usually not their forte. South Range comes off another deep playoff run and have compiled 4 straight 12-win seasons. Having 55 wins in their last 59 games, the Raiders are looking to restock after 4 dominant seasons. The Raiders have just 17 letter winners returning, but only 3 of them are starters. There are some new faces, but familiar names, like QB Nick Toy taking over for his brother Tristan Toy. Week 1 is here, and the matchup is set, and this should be a good one. 7 p.m. kickoff here in South Range. Once again, I'm Mike Dixon for Q92 Sports, high school football, presented by Chardon Auto Group.
Thanks, Mike. We're going to step away and take a break. When we come back, we're going to dive into some more games for you here tonight on the Q92 Sports Network. Different games going on around the area, and everything can be listened to at Q92radiosports.com, or you can head over to the Q92 YouTube channel, and all the games are available on there as well. Free to watch with just the audio, but yeah, absolutely free to listen in on to your teams in the area. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll dive in a little bit more. This is high school football presented by the Chardon Auto Group on Q92radiosports.com.
RG Dreg, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Dreg students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Dreg to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Dreg, where careers begin.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
This is head coach Jay Rohr from the Jackson Polar Bears. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Robert Fife Stadium. Thank you there, Coach Rohr, for bringing us back from break. We got some more games to check in with. Next, we are going to head to North Canton, where Jay Wilhelm has the call between Akron Buchtel and the North Canton Hoover Vikings.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to week 1 of the 2025 high school football season on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by the Chardon Auto Group. I'm Jay Wilhelm, and I'm live from North Canton as the Hoover Vikings play host to Akron Buchtel. Buchtel finished last season with a record of 4-7 and 3-2 in league play. The Griffins started last season by beating this North Canton team by a final score of 22-13, but the season went down quick as they then proceeded to lose 5 straight. They'll look to start with another victory this season, but get a little bit more consistent in the win column. The North Canton Hoover Vikings come in off the heels of a 6-5 campaign last year as they finished 3-3 in Federal League play. Head coach Brian Baum is entering his 11th year as the head coach. They have 16 returning lettermen and will look to take the next step this season as they have a little experience at the quarterback position this year with the return of senior John Collins, who's been under center since week 3 of last season. Week 1 is here, as I'll begin with Buchtel at Hoover with kickoff scheduled for 7 p.m. Tune in to Q92radiosports.com live from North Canton. This is Jay Wilhelm, Q92 Sports.
Thanks, Jay. Next, we are going to head over to Warren Harding. Christian Bigglesworth is at Mollenkoff Stadium tonight for a game between the Canton McKinley Bulldogs and the Warren Harding Raiders. Let's check in with Christian.
A new era at Canton McKinley football begins tonight as new head coach Renzi Parnell leads the Bulldogs on the field for the first time tonight on the road against the Warren Harding Raiders right here on the Q92 Sports Network, presented by the Chardon Auto Group. Coach Parnell comes to McKinley by way of Akron-Hoban, where he was the defensive coordinator. Along with his coaching staff, Coach Parnell also is bringing a couple of players with him in senior quarterback Trent Hayden and senior defensive back Chris Cook, who were both part of the Hoban team that advanced to the state semifinals last year. The Bulldogs overall returned 19 lettermen from last year's team. They also added running back Zion Culver, who rushed for over 1,500 yards last year for Canton South. As for the Warren Harding Raiders, this marks year 2 of the Matt Richardson era. In year 1, the Raiders went 7-3 and made it to the second round of the playoffs. He's been working hard to instill and get the team to adopt his culture. They'll be led this year by returning quarterback James Jones, who had a lot to do with their success last season. Harding will try to attack you with their running game. Mike King-Adair is back and healthy, and Mendez Provid is back. Coach Richardson calls them Thunder and Lightning. The Raiders will also be leaning on their big and physical offensive line that they tout goes 9 men deep. It's Canton McKinley at Warren Harding, and you can hear it all right here on the Q92 Sports Network. Pregame is 6:30, kickoff is 7. For Q92 Sports, I'm Christian Bigglesworth.
Thank you, Christian. We're going to step away and take another break. When we come back, we'll talk about the final 2 games that we've got going on in the area. Sam Berkwin on our sister station, AM 1310 WDPN, is at Marlington tonight, and Warrensville Heights makes their way to take on the Dukes. And finally, our game of the week on the FM, Clint Scroggs, Brian Beatty, and Ryan Bevere have the call with Cleveland Glenville and Massillon, Washington. We'll break those games down and check in with the broadcast teams when we come back. This is high school football presented by the Chardon Auto Group on Q92radiosports.com.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Robert Fife Stadium. It's a countdown to kickoff between the Chardon Hilltoppers and the Jackson Polar Bears. We got 2 more games to check in with before we start talking about this game. And Coach Antonio Hall had a chance to talk to both head coaches, Jay Rohr and Brian Landes, from their respective schools, and we're going to check in with those. But first, let's head to Marlington, check in with Sam Berkwin as he gets ready to call the game between Warrensville Heights and the Marlington Dukes.
High school football tonight here on AM 1310 WDPN as the Marlington Dukes will welcome in the Tigers of Warrensville Heights. Myself and my partner, Caleb Norick, will have all the action for you tonight beginning at 7 p.m. Well, let's take a look back at last year. Both these teams kind of struggled trying to get things turned around here in 2025. Marlington, a record of 2-8 a year ago. One of those wins against this Warrensville Heights program. Meanwhile, the Tigers, 1 win a season ago as they had a record of 1-9, obviously looking to improve upon that as well. Heights, after this week, will play like Warren JFK, Westlake, Cleveland Central Catholic, Lutheran East, as they have a much tougher schedule here this season. For the Marlington Dukes, after tonight's game, they'll have Northwest, Howland, Louisville, and John F. Kennedy as well. Going to be breaking in a new running back, a new quarterback, as Joe Cardinal gets ready for his 3rd season with the Cardinals. Marlington, it will be in Division 4 this year, and again in Region 13. It's the Marlington Dukes and the Tigers of Warrensville Heights coming up tonight. Join myself, Sam Berkwin, and my color commentator, Caleb Norick, for all the action coming up right here on AM 1310 WDPN.
Thank you, Sam. Finally, we are going to go to Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. We will check in with Clint Scroggs as they get ready to call the big matchup in our game of the week on Q92 between Cleveland Glenville and the Massillon Tigers. Here is Clint Scroggs.
The Cleveland Glenville Tarbletters visit Massillon. Glenville was 11-4 last year after winning the previous 2 state titles in Division 4. Ted Ginn is in his 29th season leading the Tarbletters, but has beaten Massillon only once in 4 meetings, 31-17 in the 2009 Division 1 state semifinals, the most recent matchup in the rivalry. Glenville continues its early season gauntlet with games at state champions Olin, Tangi, Liberty, and Avon, and at St. Edward. Cornerback Aaron Scales was an Ohio D4 Defensive Player of the Year. Linebacker Sincere Johnson was an All-Ohioan and is committed to Ohio State. Safety C.J. Newell ran for 1,100 yards and 18 touchdowns last year, but is expected to concentrate on defense this season. Quarterback Arvel Nelson split time last year. He's expected to take over full-time. Massillon had its bid for a 2nd straight state title derailed by 19 penalties and a kickoff return touchdown in a regional final loss to Big Walnut. The Tigers have only 2 starters returning on offense, both on the line, which is expected to excel again. Manny Patterson looks to get the call at quarterback as Jalen Slaughter is gone after starting for all or part of the last 4 seasons. Patterson played in 7 games last year, completing 4 of 9 passes. Xavier Owens, the brother of state champion quarterback DeJuan Owens, should be the top rusher. He carried for 126 yards with a 3.9 average in 9 games last year. New defensive coordinator Jeff Kent comes from Georgia and will have last year's 2nd leading tackler Jaden Williams at linebacker. The senior had 81 stops with 12.5 for loss and 5.5 sacks. The Tigers host the Tarbletters. I'm Clint Scroggs for Q92 Sports.
Thank you, Clint. Back here at Robert Fife Stadium as we get ready to talk about tonight's matchup between the Jackson Polar Bears and the Chardon Hilltoppers. And a new but familiar man at the helm for the Hilltoppers. They went 8-3, 4-1 in the WRC last year with Mitch Hewitt, the former head coach. He stepped down this offseason after 14 years with a record of 126-36 and back-to-back state titles in 2020 and 2021. Enter Brian Landes. Landes is no stranger to Chardon. Like his predecessor, is a graduate of the school. and served as Hewitt's defensive coordinator throughout much of his 15 years as an assistant for the school, including the back-to-back championships in 20 and 21. Chardon has been built on defense, but it will be helped by returning quarterback Drayton Allgood and a Division I college prospect on the line and tackle Andrew Baggett. He anchors a big O-line that is versatile and can play an unbalanced look to keep opposing defenses on their toes. Allgood will also be utilized at multiple positions with emerging sophomore quarterback Andrew Cole. So we'll keep an eye out on the young sophomore Andrew Cole throughout the game and see how many snaps he takes and see what they do with Allgood. Head coach Jay Rohr starts his fourth season for the Polar Bears, returning 17 Lettermen from their 8-4 record last season and co-Federal League champions in the conference. They graduated 41 seniors last year. Yes, 41. And with it, a lot of production. Coming into tonight, we were expecting a 4-year starter, Lucas Eckerman, to be at the helm. He threw for 1,994 yards and 15 touchdowns last season, 53% completion percentage, but suffered an injury yesterday, or was it during walkthrough, Coach?
Yeah, it was during their pre-practice. Yeah.
So he is out tonight. Carter Moleman, who is listed as a wide receiver and defensive back, 6'5", 200 pounds, is going to be in at the quarterback position tonight, and he's got some weapons to work with. Chase Maurer will be a feature back this season for the Polar Bears. Senior Corey Jacobs transferred back from Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's and will play a significant role at the wide receiver. Grady Montgomery tore his ACL before Jackson's first scrimmage last season and missed the year. He's chomping at the bit to get back out there. So a lot of storylines in place for tonight's matchup. And, Coach, we talked briefly about it, but, having that leader with Eckerman after losing so many seniors last year has to really take a toll on this team. It'll be interesting to see what the offense looks like starting out in their first couple drives until Moleman kind of maybe gets into the flow of the game and starts to feel comfortable with the offense.
Yeah, but I've seen Moleman a handful of times. He was their JV quarterback, and he's a tremendous talent himself. You probably won't see as many design runs for the quarterback as they would if they had Eckerman in there, but he's definitely capable of getting the job done.
And Coach Antonio Hall had a chance to speak with both coaches earlier today during the pregame. Let's listen to some of them. Here is Coach Brian Landis from Chardon.
Antonio Hall here on the Q92 pregame show. This interview is being brought to you by Fedora Football. Fedora Football is the football world's lifestyle brand. Here with new head coach of the Chardon Hilltoppers, Coach Brian Landis. Coach, what does it mean to be heading this program?
Oh, man, I'm honored. I'm humbled by the whole opportunity. I've been around for a while, so it's not a total culture shock or anything, but it's a cool experience.
What have you learned so far about this team going through camp and your first two scrimmages?
We got a lot of work to do. It's a work in progress for sure. We better not be the same team in 4 or 5 weeks that we are right now, but the goal is to go 1-0 tonight and do whatever we have to do tonight.
Yes, sir. Last question for you. What's the message to your team coming into week one?
Well, they've put in the work. These kids have worked really hard. We might lack experience and maybe a little depth or whatever, but we're not focused on what we don't have. We're focused on what we've done. They feel like they've earned it. They've earned an opportunity to compete tonight and try to get out of here with a W.
Good deal, Coach. Thank you for your time. Good luck tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
New head coach of the Hilltoppers, Brian Landis. Next, Coach Antonio Hall had a chance to speak to fourth-year head coach for the Jackson Polar Bears, Jay Rohr. Let's check it with Coach Rohr.
Antonio Hall on the Q92 pregame show with Coach Jay Rohr. This interview is brought to you by Fedora Football. Fedora Football is the football world's lifestyle brand. Follow them at Fedora Football. Coach, amazing year last year, but you lost 41 seniors. Who are some of the guys we need to look for tonight?
Yeah, we have a multitude of guys that are willing to step up that have waited this for a while for their opportunity. Carter Mulliman, to name one, he'll be playing some quarterback and some receiver for us. Max Cowles is a guy that was a standout player for us last year on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. We have high expectations of him. We got, a guy that's always lived in Jackson but has transferred back to Jackson. Corey Jacobs is coming to us from St. V. That we have high expectations of him. And then there's a multitude of guys that have experience from last year when Rocco Norch, Reese Myers on our D-line, and Zach Mendel, who, again, is the one guy that comes back up front on the offensive line. So all those guys we have certainly high expectations for.
Good deal. Coach, what was the message coming into week one?
We got to focus on us. The team that we're playing is a tremendous team. They're a well-coached team. They got tremendous athletes. And what they like to do from a wing T standpoint, we got to be a disciplined football team. It starts with that. Week one, it comes down to discipline. Who's going to be more disciplined? We got to do our job, and we got to execute. Everyone knows their role and responsibilities. We just have to execute at a high level.
Last question. What's going to take to get the W tonight, Coach?
We got to excel in all three phases. Again, we do bring back an all-state kicker, punter, and Cooper Mazier from a special team standpoint. We got tremendous athletes on the offense and at the skill positions. And again, we're a young defense, but we know what it takes to excel on defense, and that's running to the ball and being physical. So we got to excel in all three phases.
Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me, Antonio.
That's Coach Jay Rohr from the Jackson Polar Bears. And, when I think of Jackson football, and especially since Coach Rohr has been there, that physicality is something that you've come to expect with them.
Yep. I mean, I love Coach Rohr. I love the attitude he brings to his program. You can tell immediately the difference in the mindset of his team once he took over the helm at Jackson. And he's great with his kids. I mean, he really holds a standard, and he makes his kids meet that standard. So, Jay got all kind of accolades last year, deservedly so. Just looking forward to see him continue to grow his program the way he's been doing it.
Now let's head to the other side with Chardon. Coach Landes, his first game. You've been in that situation, taking over a program and coming in. What's the mindset mentally, emotionally, getting ready to have your debut as a head coach?
Yeah, especially at your alma mater, especially at a place that you've coached before. You just want to make sure that you don't make it about you. It's about your guys. So keeping things in context, keeping the focus where it needs to be. And like he said, he's honored to be in this position. I know he's going to do a phenomenal job.
As you can hear, the Hilltoppers making their way out onto the field. Air horns, bells, they've actually traveled very, very well from Chardon.
I love this community. I love this football program. Watching them on film. When I was a head coach, I said, if I ever get a chance to scrimmage Chardon, I'm going to, just because I like the way they play. Got that opportunity last year. They live, breathe, and die football at Chardon.
That's awesome to see the community come together and travel the way they do. And, like we talked, it is the first game for Coach Landes as a head coach, but he's used to this. He's been there, 2 state titles back-to-back. He was the defensive coordinator under Coach Hewitt for 15 years. So he's no stranger. So I kind of feel like for him in that situation, it's just going to be like riding a bike.
Exactly.
Especially once that ball gets kicked.
Yep. It's just now he has to answer, for everything. But other than that, I mean, and people don't know that he has a lot of ties to Stark County. He's a Malone guy. He played at Malone. He GA'd at Malone. I actually played with my little brother, Yanni Spondil. They played on the defensive line together.
That's awesome. So some connections here. Really cool to see that as Jackson makes their way out onto the field. And we get set for tonight's national anthem. We're about 2.5 minutes away from kickoff here tonight. And, boy, it feels like an early summer opening game with how warm it is here tonight. And, we talked about cramps last night just a little bit. We only had one.
Right.
We had one, but it was a lot cooler all day.
Yes.
It's very, very hot. It's very humid here tonight. And we'll have to keep an eye out for that as well. As they play tonight's national anthem, we'll keep it right here. And the national anthem from the Jackson Polar Bears marching band as we are just about a minute away from kickoff.
You're right. It feels like week 1 tonight. It is muggy. The sun is beating us up, but it's football time.
Yeah, it is. We are on the visitor side press box here at Robert Fife Stadium, and the sun just like a perfect angle right into the box where we are sitting. And it's been toasty up here, but we're ready to go. The teams are getting ready to go. Friday night under the lights. The lights are on here at Robert Fife Stadium as we get ready for action on the Q92 Sports Network. You can listen at Q92radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube channel. Thanks to everyone who has joined us and listening. Once again, I'm Ryan Keller. I've got Coach Antonio Hall alongside me. And Chardon will return the opening kickoff. They're going to get the ball first as Jackson deferred on the coin toss. And Chardon will be moving from our right to left, Jackson from left to right. Chardon in the black pants, the white jerseys with the big, beautiful red letters outlined in black and the red helmets. And the Jackson Polar Bears rocking all purple, looking like LSU out there with the yellow helmets, the purple pants, the purple tops, the white numbers. And they're lining up to kick off as I knock all kinds of stuff over here in the booth.
We should be able to see the numbers tonight. Both jerseys look pretty legible tonight.
That's why I said big, beautiful red, because they pop off that white jersey. Here we go. We are getting underway as the Jackson Polar Bears line up to kick off the run-up and the kick. Kick taken at the 4-yard line, moving to midfield. There is a huge hole that if he can get around, he's got the edge and finally brought down. Great pursuit tackle from Jackson's number 81. That's Jackson Rutan, who did a great job with pursuit from the backside, running down the return man. And Chardon will take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Traditionally, Chardon's been a heavy run team based out of a wing T type formation. They do a lot of pulling the guards, pulling the backside tackles. Let's see what the offense looks like this year.
And if it is that way, it'll be important for Jackson's linebackers to read those guards and get their way to the football as they do come out in an interesting formation, modified wing T. And they're going to turn, hand it off over the right-hand side, hit across the 25-yard line and falling forward to the 30. That is number 6. Drew Platts, the 6-foot, 205-pound running back for Chardon.
Nothing fancy about that. Double tight. He had both wing backs on the right side. They ran up in there for both front side linebackers. The running back was a lead blocker, and then the quarterback took it up to get what he can get.
And traditional wing T set here. Quarterback goes into the shotgun. That's Drayton Allgood moving around. Now he makes his way under center. And false start, offsides, on Jackson. That's number 48 for them, Reese Myers, who got a little antsy, the sophomore, seeing action up there and ends up going offsides on the hard count.
Week 1, you're going to see some offsides. You're going to see some false starts. Last night we saw a ton of motion penalties. And so, you just got to work the kinks out.
So that takes them and it gives them a first down. So 1st and 10 at the 35 for the Hilltoppers as they come out in the tight wing, or 2 wings on the left, lining up on the left hash. And a little early again, Allgood's going to take it himself over the left-hand side and should have enough to pick up another first down, 10 yards on the carry. That was a straight quarterback pull over the left.
Same play they opened the game with. They just ran to the other side now. Typical Chardon team, nothing fancy. We're just going to come run it down your throat.
And it sets up. They did pick up the first down. We are at 10:40 left in the first quarter. Chardon with the ball, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Allgood in the shotgun now. Send 2 receivers to the wide side right. The running back to his right. Man in motion. Snap high over the head of Allgood. He's going to have to dive on it for a big loss. That'll take him all the way back to the 31-yard line.
There's something kind of off with the cadence because you notice that a couple times either the snap was early or the guys came off the ball to line of scrimmage late. So I don't know what the deal is, but they're going to have to iron that out as the game moves on.
And if you watch Jackson's defensive front, they're always kind of falling forward right before the ball gets snapped. So I wonder if they're using a word and then snapping it directly after that.
Good point.
So shotgun now for Chardon. Nope, under center. I keep losing him under the center. Turn, roll out to the right. He's being pursued and will be brought down in the backfield. Great pursuit from Jackson's Reese Myers, who had the offside penalty earlier, making up for it there with the backside pursuit and the big sack.
Yeah, that time they had just 3 running backs across the back of the formation. They tried to roll out to the flat, get a little, it looked like a boot flood concept where they had the front side tight end and the other front side running back on that side roll to the flat. Just great penetration by Jackson.
So sets up a 3rd and 28 now for the Hilltoppers. We'll see what they can pull out of the bag of tricks here. All good in the shotgun. Tailback to his left. 2 receivers to the left, wing left. And we're going to have a timeout. And we do have a timeout by Chardon. This timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to make a friend in the family.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the type of things that wing T offenses do when they get so far behind the chains, because their offense isn't built for third and the bus ride. You know, it's built to keep things within a moderate distance to get the first down. So let's see what they pull out their hat.
That's something we've seen having called Perry for so many years. But they opened up the offense this year.
They did.
That's for sure.
Man, they look good last night.
But in the past with Coach Slates and Coach Wakefield, that wing T has been a staple of the Perry offense. And, again, they've always had really great running backs, but every time they'd get in 3rd and long, they've struggled a little bit just because that's how the offense is kind of set up. So we'll see what Chardon can do here with a 3rd and 28, 8:54 left in the first quarter. No score from Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson. Ryan Keller, Antonio Hall with you here tonight. Thank you for joining us. High school football opening Friday on the Q92 Sports Network. They send 2 receivers to the left, all good in the shotgun, and there's a free 5 yards. I guess that's one way to do it.
That'll help.
So a good hard count from Drayton Allgood, getting the Jackson front to jump off sides, and it'll make it a 3rd and 23 for Chardon.
A little closer.
Hey, if you can get it a couple times,
right,
put yourself back up. So some substitutions, play call coming in for Chardon. But again, a beautiful night here at Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson. Sun is shining. I'll take this over cold and snowy any day of the week.
Any day.
So they break the huddle. Wide receiver out to the left, ball on the right hash, all good in the shotgun. Man in motion now. All good's rolling out to his left. Keep rolling. He's looking downfield, turn, throws. He's got a man, and there's the first down on a pass interference penalty. They got the tailback, that wing back on a linebacker, and just couldn't keep up. And pass interference will definitely help out Chardon there.
Definitely. Self-inflicted wound so far for Jackson. You had 2 offside penalties. Pass interference to move the chain. So if Jackson settles in, Chardon, we'll see.
Now, in high school, is that an automatic first down, or is it just the 15?
It's 15.
So it's still going to be. Let's see where they end up placing the ball. So it will be 3rd down, 3rd and manageable now.
Very manageable.
So that works. If you're Chardon, that's the break you needed to keep this drive alive. It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Hilltoppers. Ball at the 47-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun, a receiver to each side of him and behind him in the pistol. They're going to turn. Allgood's going to keep it himself up the middle, and he will get tackled by the shoestrings. Again, another good tackle from Jackson's Reese Myers. Grabs him right by the shoestring from behind and forces a 4th down.
Good thing he did, because the middle of that defense opened up. They ran the read to the right side. Quarterback read the end, saw the defense. The linebacker actually was reading the middle linebacker. The linebacker bit. He tried to go up backside A gap, but they got a shoestring tackle. Luckily, to save that first down.
So ball right at midfield, back deep to return the punt. Alex Height for the Polar Bears. Low snap, scooped up off the ground and away. A high backward trajectory kick, and fair catch called for and taken at the 22-yard line. So the Jackson Polar Bears offense will make their way out onto the field after the defense bend but didn't break and was able to force the punt there and get their offense out onto the field.
Yeah, Chardon with that huge snap over the head really put themselves in a bad situation, and Jackson was able to capitalize on that. Like you said, bend, don't break. Now they're able to get the ball on offense.
And now comes Carter Mulliman, the junior wide receiver and defensive back, is going to be running the quarterback position here after an injury suffered by Lucas Eckerman during the walkthrough practice. So Mulliman in the pistol formation. He's going to direct his tailback over to his left side, and they will turn, hand it off. First play right up the middle, across the 30, breaking a tackle across the 40, streaking down the middle of the field, and he is off to the races. Chase Maurer, one man to beat, and he gets by for the score.
Well, that's how you start a drive right there.
Right up the middle, rumbling, stumbling, tumbling, beating off defenders as he makes his way down and into the end zone for the score. What a run.
Great run. And I'm looking at the defense, and they didn't have any, almost like a cover zero. There was no safeties back there. And as soon as he got to the second level and broke that tackle, there was nobody home to try to tackle him.
A hard-nosed run, and that makes it easy for your quarterback who is seeing the position, for the first time against live action. And the kick is up, and it is good. And the Jackson Polar Bears strike one play. I didn't even see where they were. They're at the 22-yard line, going the length of the field on the opening drive and into the end zone for the score. The Polar Bears take the early lead. We're going to step away and take a break. Jackson 7, Chardon nothing. It's high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN. You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back to Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson. The Polar Bears strike first. One play, 78 yards for the Polar Bears. Chase Maurer and the 6-foot, 185-pound senior found a crease up the middle, and just hard work and determination on that run to get into the end zone.
He was not going to be denied.
On to kick for the Polar Bears. A very, very, very good kicker as well in Cooper Misner. And the run up and the kick will hit at the 15-yard line, be taken by Chardon at the 5, cross the 10, 15, and brought down at the 18-yard line, where Chardon's offense will take their second drive out and try to improve on what they did their first drive.
That was a great job by Jackson's kickoff team. I mean, there was about 8 shirts around the ball. Great pursuit. I'm surprised we haven't had a touchback yet. I mean, Jackson's kicker is light. Well, Jackson always has a lights-out kicker, but he can definitely put in the end zone.
So Chardon breaking the huddle, ball on the right hash. Man in motion from left to right, turn, handed off to him over the left-hand side. He's got room to run. He's caught the edge across the 30, 40, 45, finally brought out of bounds. There is a penalty marker on the play as they take their quarterback, Drayton Allgood, and move him to the wing position. And the sophomore, Andrew Cole, was under center on that play. But it is going to be a hold penalty on Chardon. Dominic Frisco, the 5'11", 180-pound junior, called with the infraction. That is a huge, huge penalty after the big run from Allgood.
huge. I couldn't tell if it was the tight end or the wing, but like the end of the man on line of scrimmage got tackled. So good call by the ref.
Yeah, we've got one. He's grading the officials here tonight. So we can always ask him if we think good. No,
it's great to have a professional in the box.
Right. So that penalty makes it 1st and 15, and the ball is at the 13-yard line. And I think is this a different quarterback again? It is. And they're going to hand this one over the right-hand side. That's Rylan Miller over the right. He's still on his feet. Look at him go across the 25 down to the 27-yard line as Andrew Cole is still in at the quarterback position. You know, we talked pregame how this was something that they were going to do to get the ball in Drayton Allgood's hands, bringing in the sophomore. And he's got a lot of potential, and they think very highly of him at Chardon.
Definitely, and you see why.
And it looks like Allgood now is going to be back under center. And a little miscommunication. I think are they a player short? They are a player short. Running out onto the field, Rocco Tarantino. I wonder if he's related to Quinton. And we're going to have a whistle and a timeout by Chardon. So that's their second timeout here in the first quarter. 6:45 remaining, and the Polar Bears lead 7-0. And this timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union.
And then this is very common too. You know, first couple of weeks of the season, you have multiple packages, multiple personnel. When you're trying to get guys on and off the field, doing it in game situations a lot different than doing it in practice. So this is common to see some substitution mix-ups the first couple of weeks of the season while guys is figuring out what packages they're in. It's very confusing on that sideline Friday nights.
Yeah, you think they would be able to do, you know how they do the scrimmages, if they do like a game situation scrimmage, I think would help a lot of these teams into week one.
Yeah, and some choose to do a game like what they call a preview where they'll play like a half of real football, and some don't. I
think I would like, instead of going from practices or just, you know, scrimmages where the coaches are out on the field, I would like to see it just go right at it.
Yep.
So Allgood will take the snap. This one he's going to draw right up the middle, breaking a tackle, getting across the 30 down to the 34-yard line. I don't know if that was a design quarterback draw or if he just said, I see a gap, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, I don't know. They motioned the running back out of the backfield behind the line of scrimmage like they were going to set up a screen. In the last second, he took off. So I don't know if that was a design quarterback draw or, like you said, if he saw something.
But, I mean, if you've got a quarterback who is willing to take that initiative where he saw what he saw, he's going to pick up the first down, more power to him. That's a coach's dream right there.
Exactly.
So 1st and 10 for Chardon. We got two receivers to the wide side left. Tailback on each side of Allgood. Allgood's going to no, he handed it off. He had me fooled.
Me too.
Drew Platts takes it over the right-hand side. I thought Allgood kept that on the read, but he did hand it off and picking up 5 yards for Chardon. A great play on first down.
Yeah, a lot of misdirection on that play. You know, you had 2 running backs going right, 2 linemen going left. If I'm a linebacker, there's a lot to decipher at the snap of the ball.
We were always taught you read your guard.
Read your guard.
Your guard
take it to the play.
Will take you directly to where the ball is. So Coach Zolchek is a legend over there in Trumbull County. I'll never forget that. Never. It was beaten to our head.
That's linebacking 101.
Yeah, we used to do the guard drills all the time.
Yep.
We've got a 2nd and 6 for Chardon. Allgood in the shotgun. A tailback on each side of him. 2 receivers to the short side right. And they're going to blow their 3rd timeout.
Wow.
So all 3 timeouts for Chardon have been used with 5:35 remaining in the first quarter. Once again, this timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. Is this something like if you're Coach Landis, you're like, I'm okay with you blowing this. You know, we're down 7. It's still a close game. But then what do you do moving forward?
Exactly. I mean, I know it's a big down, you know, 2nd and medium. You're close to midfield. You want to kind of change the momentum, but there's still a quarter and a half to play. And so it looks like they're still working some things out as far as substitution. So hopefully this won't bite them in the rear end for the rest of the half.
I wonder if I can ask a coach, would you rather them take the 5 yards there or blow the timeout? If you're a coach, obviously you're going to want them to just be out there and run the play.
Right.
But if you do see yourself in a situation where do I take the penalty or do I take a timeout? What?
I think in this situation, I would have took the penalty just because, we're not pinned back. So, I would take it, hold on to that timeout in case I really needed it.
Like late in the second quarter, trying to go for a score.
Mm-hmm.
Ball on the right hash, all good in the shotgun. Running back on each side of him. Handed it off again to Drew Platts over the left-hand side, but doesn't pick up anything. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be a third down for Chardon.
So both those middle linebackers were downhill right now. And the middle linebackers last year, both seniors, were the heart and souls of this defense. And me and Jay talked about before the game that the two guys he has in there now, Montgomery and I'll find his name. Kaiser, yeah, he said, those guys are dudes. And so far, they've been playing like it.
So a 3rd and 5 for Chardon, all good in the shotgun. A back on each side of him, 2 receivers to the left. All good's going to keep it himself and then shovel it out to the running back that was on his left. That's Max Hainan. And he is not going to pick up the first down. He will get 1 yard on that. I guess that was a forward pass.
Yep.
That was an awkward forward pass, but only gains 1. And it sets up 4th and 4 in the punting unit for Chardon. Back onto the field with the ball at the 40-yard line.
Really impressed with Jackson's pursuit so far. Phenomenal. I know Coach preaches running to the ball. That's his thing. It's showing.
Alex Height back for the Polar Bears to receive the punt. Much better snap from Chardon. And again, a backwards, it's got that backspin on it, that punt. Those are very difficult to field, but Height does a great job there. Those are the ones that you kind of want to let bounce, though, because they're going to take that big hop backwards.
Especially looking directly into the sun.
Yeah.
That took some moxie right there to field that one.
But great field position for the Polar Bears, starting this one off at their 36-yard line with 4:11 remaining in the first quarter. Jackson leads 7-0, and they went one play, their previous offensive drive, for 78 yards from Maurer right up the middle. I'd give it to him again.
Give it to him again.
So Mulliman in the shotgun turn, handed off over the left-hand side. Stiff arm, and he's off to the races again. Across the 50, cuts it back. Finally brought down at the 38-yard line. Chase Maurer, he's got 2 carries, already over 100 yards rushing.
Impressive.
Wow.
Big question mark coming into this game was Jackson's offensive line. 4 new starters so far doing their job.
And they go hurry up on the left hash. Back to passes. Mulliman, he's got a man streaking down the sidelines. Caught! Touchdown, Polar Bears! That was a pass to Corey Jacobs from Carter Mulliman and dropped that in the bucket.
In the breadbasket right there. That was a great dial-up by Coach Bedry Bardwell. In my opinion, one of the best offensive coordinators in the state. Hurry up. Don't let them get set. You had 2 big runs. They're obviously keen on the run. You run a fade. Your guy gets behind him. Great ball by the sophomore quarterback. Delivered perfectly. They're hitting on all cylinders tonight.
And the extra point for the Polar Bears. Snap back, high snap. Great job to get that down from Alex Height. That was a heck of a job to get that snap down. And the kick is up, and it is good.
Jackson came to play ball tonight. I'm very impressed. Very impressed so far.
So 3:51 left in the first quarter. The Polar Bears have run 3 offensive plays and have scored on 2 of them.
Talk about efficiency.
Right, very efficient. We're going to step away and take a break. We will be right back with more action here from Robert Fife Stadium. The Polar Bears lead 14-0 over the Hilltoppers. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders. With 6 locations, Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
This is head coach Jay Rohr from the Jackson Polar Bears. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Robert Fife Stadium. The Polar Bears up early, 14-0 over the Hilltoppers, and a great kickoff there for, we talked about it. There it is. There's the touchback.
There it is.
From Jackson's kicker, Cooper Misner, who booted that one into the end zone. So Chardon will take over 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. I want to jump into the SARTA scoreboard here, give you some updates on some of the games going on in the area, and a big one that I saw. Actually, I'm not sure that score that we saw is correct. I have 7-0 Glenville over Massillon, 1:14 left in the first quarter. I had seen a score where it was 26-0 Glenville, so we'll double check on that one.
Yeah, we'll have to check that.
But Chardon back on under center. They're going to hand this one off over the right side, pick up of a couple on the carry. Let's jump back into the SARTA scoreboard. Hoover up 7-0 over Buchtel. 2 turnovers for Hoover in the first 2 possessions, and 2 timeouts needed for Buchtel on their first offensive possession within the first 15 seconds. Wow. Glen Oak is leading Dover 7-6. Glen Oak, 4:56 left in the first. Harding 3-0 over McKinley from Mollenkoff Stadium. We have 14-0 here. Jackson over Chardon. All good in the shotgun. Man in motion, and All good's going to keep it himself. Almost made a man miss, but great penetration from Jared Kaiser, the linebacker for Jackson, who made All good juke before he was ready to. Kaiser ended up catching his leg and bringing him down.
He was in there right now. Right now. Great penetration by the linebacker.
Sets up a 3rd and 4 for Chardon. 2:47 left in the first quarter. Excuse me.
The Monad Jackson's defense is stout. They are not getting pushed off the line of scrimmage or getting penetration. They're playing great.
All good under center in the modified wing, and they're going to turn. He's going to keep himself over the right side across the 30, 35, 40, catches the edge and is forced out of bounds, but not until he has enough to pick up the first down. Boy, the Jets on him when he gets in the open space. We've seen him run inside the tackles. We haven't really seen him hit the edge yet, but holy cow.
And I think there the linebacker thought he was going to hit the B gap, so he pulled the trigger and then he bounced outside the C gap. There was nobody there, and great job just recognizing where space was.
And he's got the wheels. So if you're Jackson, you want to try to contain him as much as you can.
Yes.
He will be under center. Running back behind him, 2 wings to the right. Ball at the 42 on the right hash. Hand this one off over the right side. That is number 15, Cal Smith, the fullback, 5'9", 189-pound senior, who does a good job picking up 6 on the carry and sets up 2nd and 4 for the Chardon.
That time, Chardon got a really good push on the left side of that offensive line, which created that play. So that was the first time in a long time I've seen Chardon moving the line of scrimmage.
Well, Jackson's defense has only been off the field for 3 plays.
Good point.
All good under center for Chardon. 2 wings to the left. Running back behind him, turn. Handoff again over the left-hand side to the fullback. That's Cal Smith. He will fight forward and be close to the line to gain, and they do give him the first down. So a gain of 4 on the carry. And maybe that's what Chardon needs, just a nice, long, methodical drive, picking up, enough yards to, you get the 5 yards here, 4 yards here, 2 yards, first down. And just
what you can't do is shoot yourself in the foot like they did the first drive when they were rolling. They snapped the ball over the head. Like you said, be methodical, keep doing what you're doing. It's working.
All good under center again. He will turn, hand off over the left-hand side. And continuing to power forward.
Great second and third effort.
Rocco Tarantino. And you know what's funny? You mentioned the snap over the head. We haven't really seen Allgood in the shotgun much since that. Yeah, he's been under center for almost anything, but a good run by Tarantino there, picking up 4, 2nd and 6. You pick up 3, and you got yourself a first down.
3 yards of cloud of dust. Trestle ball, baby.
There you go. Allgood breaking the huddle in the quarterback position, going under center again. And traditional wing with a wide out to the left. Man in motion now, and that's going to be, should have been some type of flag. Allgood's going to keep it himself over the right-hand side, and he'll just pick up a couple.
It looks like the defense got either a really good jump or they were offsides.
It definitely looked like it, and you can hear the Hilltopper fans, because we are on the visitor side here at Robert Fife Stadium, kind of on like, what happened there?
Yeah. It's the ref's first game too. Hey,
well, give him a mark. Sets up a 3rd and 5. I don't think this play is going to get off as the quarter is about to come to an end, and they will let the clock run out, and that is going to be it for the first quarter here at Robert Fife Stadium. Jackson in that first quarter has only run 3 offensive plays and is up 14-0 over Chardon, with Chardon's driving. We'll get more action when we come back. Jackson 14, Chardon nothing. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders with 6 locations. Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com. An official.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Robert Fife Stadium. Ryan Keller and Antonio Hall on the call here between the Polar Bears and the Hilltoppers. We can jump back into the to the scoreboard. Old habits. After one, Marlington and Warrensville, all tied up at 0. 7-7 between Lake and South Range. McKinley 8, Harding 3, 4:48 left in the first. Dover 18, Glen Oak 7. Back to action here at Robert Fife Stadium. Allgood's going to keep it himself over to the left-hand side, and great penetration. Boy, that ball looked out before he was down, but a great job. I think that's Kaiser again. Jared Kaiser, the 5'11", 190-pound junior, coming up, making a great stop in the backfield.
He's playing lights out. And I was just thinking, you hate as an offense, once you get a rhythm going and the groove going, then you get the quarter break, and you hope that doesn't stall out, and so hopefully Chardon can keep this momentum going, but it's 4th down. We'll see what they do.
4th and 5, just underway here in the second quarter in Jackson. And the offense staying out on the field for Chardon. The way Jackson's offense has been, you need to keep this drive going as Allgood rolls out to his left. Here comes the pressure. He's losing yards, escapes, throws it downfield, and knocked away. Great defense from all of Jackson there. But Brett Andrews, the defensive back, able to get a finger on that and force the incompletion. It'll be a turnover on downs and Jackson football.
Yeah, great job by Jackson again, not letting the quarterback get comfortable, even on the rollout. Great pursuit. Great, almost got it intercepted. Great coverage downfield. Jackson stones him again.
Chardon fans, Jack Pikus. Your driver's license has made its way to home.
I always love the PA announcements that you get at high school football games.
And everywhere is different too, right? But yeah, you hear some gems.
Christian Bigglesworth, your parents are waiting for you to leave. 1st and 10 for the Polar Bears. This is their 4th offensive possession of the game. Mulliman in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. He's got another man wide open, and it's caught. It would have been a touchdown if he did not fall down. That was number 18, Micah Regenball, who beat his defender and would have walked into the end zone if he didn't lose his balance. So Jackson's offense is on fire here early.
All that was max protect, 7 guys in. You're going to take my 6'2", 6'3" receiver on your 5 whatever cornerback. He's going to go make a play. That's exactly what happened.
And Jackson in the hurry up inside the RG drag red zone, handing it off over the right-hand side. Another good run from Chase Maurer, and he will get down to, looks like the 11-yard line. Jackson going hurry up very, very quickly, lining up and snap, handoff over the right-hand side to Maurer, breaking a tackle, and he loses the football. It's picked up and going the other way. He's got Green in front of him across midfield. The 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Chardon.
Wow. Wow.
I believe that was Drayton Allgood who was able to scoop that up on the clean, picked it up clean, going the length of the field. Let's see, 89 yards for the touchdown.
Everything up to that point was going Jackson's way. Offensively, 2 great passes, a touchdown pass, big runs, put the ball on the ground, touchdown the other way. Now it's a football game.
Wow. Yeah, that immediately brings them right back into the game. Jackson inside the RG drag red zone getting ready to score. And if the receiver hadn't fallen, 3 plays earlier,
it's 21-0.
Yeah. Man, game of momentum. We talked about this last night with Sandy Valley and Fairless, and Chardon with a big shot of it right now as the extra point is up and good. And the Hilltoppers make it a 7-point game with 10:16 remaining in the second quarter. Boy, just you never know this game from one play to the next on a flip of the coin. You're right back in it if you're Chardon, and this gives you some momentum now.
Exactly. That's why you love Friday nights, because, again, one play, it's 21-0. Next play happens, it's 14-7.
Yeah.
So, anything can happen. These 2 teams are still battling out. It's going to be a fun one.
And it's always good to get that goose egg off the board,
Definitely.
that first score of the year.
You
even
can
if
breathe.
it is a field goal.
Exactly.
It kind of calms your team down a little bit. So that's a big play for Chardon. Now, if you're Coach Roy, you're like, hey, listen, we're still in the driver's seat in this. They haven't
stopped
really,
us at anything.
Yeah, our offense is on a roll. They still got a beanbag out there. I wonder if the official knows that.
Right.
Where the fumble happened. So we'll see what happens on this ensuing kickoff. I would not be surprised if Coach Rohr comes out and just lets it fly on the first play of the drive.
Quarterback is looking great.
Yeah.
And like I said in the pregame, I've watched him play for 2 years, watched him develop as a freshman, the JV quarterback. The boy can play football. He can play ball.
He showed it here tonight. Every throw that he has made has been on point.
On the money.
And with the receivers in stride, not having to slow for the football, just dropping it in there. So very impressive for the first couple drives for the junior Carter Mulliman. And on to kick off for the Hilltoppers. That's number 13, Austin Sees. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong. And I apologize.
Sorry, you own it.
There's an E on the end, and it's throwing me off. Squib kick.
Oh, he touched it.
It will be picked up from Jackson, and if he can catch the edge, he might have a chance. He has to cut it back upfield and gets to the 20-yard line. That was Micah Regenball with the return and sets up a first down for Jackson Polar Bears. And they will mark him at the 21-yard line. So 1st and 10. We've been seeing a lot more squib kicks, too. Last night, the Sandy Valley.
Well, that was for
game.
A reason, because
there were some fireworks on the special team game last night. We had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns last night. One was Fairless's first possession.
Yep.
And then the opening kickoff of the second half for Fairless as well.
Yep.
But Jackson's offense comes back onto the field. Carter Mulliman in the shotgun. To his left, Chase Maurer. 2 receivers to the wide side left.
Wing
Single
back.
short right. And timeout from the Polar Bears. And this timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. And we're going to step away and take a break here as well. 10-10, the left in the first half. The Polar Bears 14, the Hilltoppers 7. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92radiosports.com.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
This is head coach Jay Rohr from the Jackson Polar Bears. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Robert Fife Stadium. Ryan Keller and Antonio Hall with you tonight. The Polar Bears lead 14-7, 10-10 left in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for Jackson. Mulliman in the shotgun. He's going to turn, hand it off to Maurer over the left-hand side. Great job getting to that second level, picking up 5 on the carry out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that was just good old-fashioned insert where your wing back lines up outside the tackle, a snap of the ball. He folds inside like an ISO block. Gets the front side backer, and good job by the running back just following his numbers.
2nd and 6. They give him 4 on that carry. Maurer lines up to the left of Mulliman in the shotgun. Ball on the right hash. 2 receivers to the left. Mulliman looking to pass. He's got a man open again. And, that one's on the receiver right through his finger. Corey Jacobs not able to bring that in. He had a step on his defender. Mulliman might have let him just a little bit too much, but that's still a catchable ball. It sets up a 3rd and 6 for Jackson.
And the defense definitely tipped their hat for the snap of the ball, showing they were going to blitz. They blitzed 2 or 3 guys. I really couldn't see the far side, but great job by the offensive line. I mean, 4 new starters, and he's had time all day in the pocket.
Yeah, very patient, taking his time, going through his progression, stepping up in the pocket. He hasn't really had to scramble or anything. And they go empty. Back to pass. Here comes the blitz up the middle. Great wide receiver screen set up, and he's got room to run. A huge block by a lineman downfield. Off to the races across the 20 is Max Cowles, and he will go into the end zone for the touchdown. Where's the flag? Oh, way back there. Oh, this is going to be roughing the passer. Has to be.
Yep. That was the perfect dial-up for that. They're bringing the house. You run a screen. If you just get it past the first level, there's nobody home, and nobody was. That was a great call for that situation. It just timed up perfectly. Great dial-up by Bedry Barterwell, the offensive coordinator.
And I love seeing pancake blocks from linemen, especially when they're on defensive backs. That's
running downfield.
My favorite.
Yes.
And Zachary Mendel just absolutely laid a guy out and cleared the way for Jackson to go into the end zone for that score. So the Polar Bears offense continuing to roll. Other than that fumble, they have been basically unstoppable here early on.
Jackson has elected to take the penalty on the kickoff.
So the kickoff should definitely be a touchback then, because if you're giving him extra to yards, if you're giving Cooper Misner extra yards, that's definitely going in the end zone.
He does not need extra yards.
And Misner's extra point is up and through the uprights. And Jackson now leads 21-7, 9:18 remaining in the first half. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we're going to have some halftime news for you. Our good friend Jeff Mears from the Q92 and AM 1310 newsroom is hooking us up with some news. And we'll jump into the scoreboard, give you some scores from the other area games going on. We got text messages coming in from all of our broadcast teams. And then we'll talk a little bit about first half and get you ready for second half action. Actually, we could probably take a dip into the scoreboard now. Glenville 13, Massillon 7, 7:01 remaining in the third quarter. McKinley leads Harding 8-3 after the first. Glen Oak 7, Dover 18. Lake with a big punt return goes up 21-7. Then South Range returned the kickoff, so it's Lake 21, South Range 13. So a lot of good close games going on in the area. And if you're just tuning in, Jackson 21, Chardon 7. And the Polar Bears offense has been on a roll here today. Big, long, huge, big plays. Not really any sustained long drives. It's just been boom, boom, boom. They're firing from the hip.
Fireworks.
Yeah. So this kickoff is going to be at the 41-yard line. Now, if I was a high school kicker and had the leg like Cooper Misner, I'm going to try to put this one between the uprights.
Why not?
I 100% would try to kick this between the uprights, the run up and the kick, and he's just going to kick it into the end zone. If he would have tried,
that was so effortless.
That ball landed to the right of the uprights, right on where the purple transitions to the white for the back of the end zone. If he would have tried, he totally could have put that through.
Jackson always has a kicker that can kick it a country mile. It's every year.
You know what's funny? How many times does that come back to in big games, close games?
Yes.
They get them big wins.
Yes.
I think there was one here last year too. It was either in overtime or right as time expired.
Right. Yep.
They had it was the same guy. It was Misner put it through and gave them the win. So I think that's a position that is often overlooked in high school sports, high school football.
Definitely.
Chardon with the football, 1st and 10 from the 20, and Jackson's defense is doing great things up front. There's 4 or 5 Jackson defenders sitting there taking down Cal Smith with the carry.
And what the offense is doing, it energizes the defense as well. I mean, when one side of the ball does good, the other side, that gives them energy and momentum. So, I mean, you're having success and they're feeding off each other. This is a great team effort right now with Jackson.
And Jackson has, enough guys where they don't necessarily have to play both ways. And even though that defense for the Polar Bears has been on the field a lot tonight, they doesn't look like it suffered at all.
Exactly.
Allgood's going to drop back to pass, and he's got a man, and he is open down the middle of the field, caught at the 50, across the 40, 30, 20, and brought down Max Hannon with the reception all the way down to the 15-yard line inside the RG Drag red zone. Finally tackled, I believe that was Jackson Baker, who was able to run him down, but not until a big game. And that's wing T teams. They always do that. They kind of lull you to sleep.
That safety bit hard.
Yep, and then the play action really, really opens it up for him in the passing game.
Yes, that safety looked up, and the guy was already beside him. Yeah.
So they're going to give him 1st and 10 from the, looks like the 17-yard line, Allgood under center. Man in motion from right to left. Play action. He's booting to the right. Here comes the pressure right in his face. He's able to dump it off over to the sidelines. Caught and breaking a couple tackles. Getting down to the 6-yard line was Cal Smith. So even with pressure in his face, Allgood able to get that pass away.
Boys, you talking about, because there was 2 guys right in his face about to smoke him. He delivered a great ball.
So this is the best drive we have seen from Chardon here tonight. And they've got 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Allgood under center. He's got Cal Smith right behind him. Max Hannon to the right of Smith in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Hannon over the left-hand side. Gets across the 5 down to the 4-yard line. And 2nd and goal now with 7:16 remaining in the first half.
Good job being methodical, mixing in pass and run. Like you said, this is definitely by far their best drive.
7 minutes left in the half. Jackson 21, Chardon 7. Looking to add to that right here with the ball. 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line. Allgood under center. He's got Cal Smith, the 5'9", 189-pound fullback directly behind him. You have to imagine they fake it to him, and Allgood going over to the right side, and they're going to say he is down at the inch line.
It looked like if he gave it to the fullback, he would have scored.
I thought he did at first, and then he rolled out to the right there, and we were able to see him tuck it in the basket there in his arm. So a big 3rd and 1 now for Chardon.
Big play. As an offensive and defensive lineman, this is what you live for right here.
We'll find out which one prevails. All good under center. 3 running backs in a line behind him across the 5-yard line. Turn, fumble, ball's on the ground. Ball is on the ground. Jackson says they have it. And waiting to see what the officials signal. And Jackson celebrating.
Huge.
The Polar Bears prevail, forcing the fumble. Wow.
Defensive line won that one.
Wow.
Wow. Great job. Get all the way down there. Self-inflicted wounds.
That was Jaden Booth who was taking that carry. I don't know if it was an exchange between Allgood and Booth and the ball just popped out, but it was it looked like it was before he made any contact that football was out of his arms.
It's like a bad exchange, like he got on his hip.
Yeah. And Jackson now, that ball is touching the goal line. So it's first and 10 from the goal line, essentially.
Watch him go fade.
Mulliman in the shotgun, checking with the sideline. You've got single coverage to the far side of the field on the right. And he gets the snap away and trying to get out of the end zone. That's going to be super close to see if Maurer got out of the end zone.
Just got out.
He does. So, boy, that's so close to the goal line. So 2nd and 10 now for Jackson. 5:34 left in the half. Mulliman checking with the sideline. I was almost a delay game penalty there, too, which wouldn't, I mean, I would have just taken the delay game because they can't push you back any further.
Back half an inch.
And they better hurry now, too. 10 seconds on the play clock. Mulliman in the shotgun. Maurer to his right. Back to pass. He's looking, stepping up. He's got a man open, and it is caught at the 35. Wow. Going up and bringing that down, Micah Regenball. And getting the Polar Bears out of the shadow of their own end zone out to the 36-yard line.
I'm trying to figure out why Chardon hasn't made an adjustment with their coverage. I mean, the formation, they're having 7 guys stay in max protect. It's one-on-one coverage. They're not bringing a safety over top to help, and they're getting exposed.
Mulliman in the shotgun, ball on the right hash. He takes the snap, hands it off to Maurer. Maurer dances. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage from 2 players from Chardon. That was Ryan Colcom coming up and making the stop from the linebacker position.
It's great penetration by the defensive line, having the running back have to make a cut to line of scrimmage, and the linebacker's already downhill in their read. So good defensive effort by the whole front right there.
It seems like Chardon is determined to try to stop the run, and they're like, you're not a quarterback, you're a receiver.
Huh.
And he's come out and kind of proved them wrong here in the first half.
Yeah.
2nd down for the Polar Bears. 4 minutes left in the half. 2nd and 10. Ball on the right hash. Back to pass is Mulliman. He's looking, throwing the fade to the sidelines. And what a almost bringing it in. A great attempt from Corey Jacobs. He had it, and when he hit the ground, the ball ends up rolling out. And I love this. I love seeing Jacobs go back and forth with that's Allgood who was guarding him at the corner. I think that's 10. Yeah, Allgood's guarding him. Seeing those go back and forth. I think Corey Jacobs wants another shot at that one, and he might get it here. 3rd and 10. 3:50 left in the half. Mulliman in the shotgun. Maurer to his right. Trips to the left. And that's going to make the 3rd down a little easier. Offsides on Chardon.
I just can't get over how good Mulliman is playing right now. I mean, he looks like he's the 4-year starter, right?
Now, seeing this, and you don't want to take anything away from Lucas Eckerman because he's done nothing wrong.
No.
But
exactly.
I mean, what do you do now? do you try to prepare your next year quarterback?
No, you go with your 4-year guy, especially because in the big games he has the experience. But future is bright at Jackson.
3rd and 5. Mulliman stepping up in the pocket. He looks like he can run. He's got a man wide open, and it's dropped. That's the 2nd drop from Corey Jacobs. That's the third drop from Corey Jacobs, actually.
Wide open.
And it brings up a 4th and 5. But let's talk about Mulliman again, stepping up in the pocket. He probably could have run for it. And he's like, I've got a guy wide open, 10 yards past the first down marker, and throw on the run right on the money.
Right on the money. He does not look like a sophomore right now.
So Dominic Frisco back to return the punt for Chardon. Jackson with their punting unit out onto the field. 3:43. High snap. He's able to get it down and get the kick away. That's going to have a nice roll to it. And taking the kick is Frisco at the 20. Makes a man miss. Gets across the 25. Finally brought down right around the 30-yard line. So great job from both the punter, able to get that one away, and Frisco. Those are hard, those quick hops.
Exactly. And I know Jackson had opportunities to move the chains further in the drive, maybe even score, but they did a phenomenal job of flipping the field, going from their own half-inch line and now making Chardon start at their own 30. So it wasn't what they wanted, but it was still a successful drive.
And Chardon will pick up there, 1st and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. They've got 3:32 left in the half. The Polar Bears lead 21-7 over the Hilltoppers. All good under center. Nope, that is not all good. They have Andrew Cole in the game. All good is on a wing. He moves in motion. They're going to hand it off to him, and they moved early. Both All Good and the lead back moved a little early, and I guess those are some of the challenges you face when you switch to a different quarterback.
Definitely, because even if it's the same cadence, every quarterback's cadence is a little different. The pattern is different. It's the inflection's different. So if you're constantly interchanging guys, it does kind of skew the snap.
So 5-yard penalty for Chardon. It'll be 1st and 15, 3:30 left in the half. Glenville on the board again. Glenville 19, Massillon 7, 4:24 left in the second quarter. Marlington on the board. The Dukes leading 7-0 over Warrensville, second quarter there. It's 21-7 here in Jackson. And Andrew Cole back in the shotgun, and they're going to hand it off over the right-hand side, and it looked like he tripped over his pulling offensive lineman. That was handed off to Drew Platts.
Number 6, Drew Platts on the carry.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson's D-line was super stout on that play. That they held the guy at the line of scrimmage, and it looks like the puller couldn't get the wrap because, there was a stalemate at the line of scrimmage front side.
That's the thing, too. As a defensive lineman, you don't need penetration every play. You just need to not get pushed off the line because that throws everything off.
Everything off.
So we've got Andrew Cole still in at quarterback. Drew Platts lined up to his left. 2 receivers to the left, wing left. Ball on the right hash. And there's a offsides on Jackson.
Could be a false start with the running back, too.
Let's see the one official on one side, I think, called false start. The other one called offsides. They're going to talk about it. Dead ball, offsides on Jackson. That was Wilfredo Martinez.
It's a great name.
It was.
That's a great name.
You've got brothers, Will Angel Martinez and Wilfredo Martinez, 58 and 59, both out there on the defensive line. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
The 2 defensive tackles getting to play next to one another.
We had 2 brothers last night playing the offensive line.
We did, yeah. 2nd and 9 now for Chardon. Andrew Cole in the shotgun. Platts to his left. Cole's going to keep it himself over the right-hand side. Gets across the 35. Brought down in a generous spot, I think. But they're going to give Chardon the first down as Chardon tries to go a little hurry up now. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first half.
Beautiful job on that counter. The guard read that the defensive end was trying to spill it. He logged him. Then the rapper got outside and got up on the outside linebacker for a huge gain.
All good back into the game for Chardon. He's going to straight run over the left-hand side, bounces it all the way outside to the numbers. It looked like the football came out, but I think it went out of bounds.
Looks like it.
I see the orange beanbag right around the 39 or 41-yard line.
At least they got a positive play out of it.
Yeah, they got some positive yards. If you're going to fumble it out of bounds. That's the way to do it.
Right.
So the clock will continue to run. 1:49 and running left in the half. And All Good is going to make his way out as a receiver position. Andrew Cole back in at quarterback in the shotgun. He's going to roll out to his right. Definitely looking to pass down to the 50-yard line. Makes a man miss across the 45. Picks up the first down to the 41-yard line. I do not like that, though.
No.
You know, you're in got an injury on the field.
That does not look like a cramp.
But Lucas Ricciardi, what I don't like is the getting up and celebrating when you're in a situation where you're trying to keep the game moving, hurry up offense, just give the ball back and get back into the huddle.
Yep.
But we'll take a look and see what the injury is. It is a cramp.
It is a cramp. Okay,
there we go.
Good. Thank you. Good.
Those are the injuries that you don't mind seeing.
Exactly.
That's okay. Drink some water, get some fluids. You know what's really good? And they don't advertise with us, but they should. Gatorade. They've got like the Gatorade. It's like the Gatorade Pedialyte.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That stuff is fantastic.
Matter of fact, my son used it this summer during his AAU because he cramps up a lot. And we tried it during his AAU tournaments, and it helps.
Anytime we've gotten sick or anything, we've gone and got that with the Gatorade electrolytes, I think is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It's top notch. Hashtag advertise.
Right.
that'd be sweet. Getting Gatorade on with us.
That would be cool.
All right, we've got this reset. We got 1:28 left in the first half. Jackson leads 21-7 over Chardon. Chardon is driving here late in the half, trying to make this a one-score game going into halftime. And the reset in the play clock as Chardon breaks the huddle. All Good is in at a receiver position as Andrew Cole, the sophomore, in at quarterback. He's going to take the snap and counter action back to the right. Great job from Jackson's defensive end, Luke Mason, who did a phenomenal job staying home and bringing the running back down for a loss.
And guess who doesn't have a timeout?
Oh, yeah. We talked about that earlier. You know, late in the game on a drive, they blew all their timeouts. I think there was 5.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter when they were out of timeout. So they definitely have to go hurry up now. Great job there, Coach. 50 seconds now remaining in the half. 2nd and 14 for Chardon. Andrew Cole in the shotgun. He's back to pass, rolling out to his left. And straight quarterback run now as he gets across the 40 down to the 35. But again, not a first down. Can't stop the clock. 30 seconds left. It's going to be 3rd down. So you don't even want to spike the ball here, as they're looking to the sidelines, getting the play. We got 20 seconds left in half now. And Chardon running all over the place, trying to get set. Cole in the shotgun. Long time taking the snap, rolling out to his right. He's looking downfield, throws it to the sidelines. Caught and out of bounds with the reception was Dominic Frisco. And that leaves 5 seconds left on the clock. We'll have time for probably just one more play here as half is getting close to the end on the 24-yard line. Are they going to try a field goal? Chardon's going to run the field goal unit out onto the field.
They must have a kicker like Jackson's.
Jordan Hyam will be kicking in a field goal. He's at the 31-yard line, so it'll be a 41-yard attempt. All Good's the holder, so you always got to watch for a fake. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it is short. Falls just short as time expires. So at halftime, we've got the Jackson Polar Bears 21, the Chardon Hilltoppers 7. And, boy, got a lot to talk about in that first half. An interesting first half.
Very interesting.
And we've got lots to talk about. But first, we're going to take a break, and we're going to send it right back to the Q92 newsroom, get some news from Jeff Mears. We'll bring it back here, break down the first half, jumping on the scoreboard, and check it in with some of the other scores throughout the area and here on the Q92 Sports Network. Halftime from Robert Fife Stadium, the Polar Bears 21, Chardon 7. It's halftime. High school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
From the Q92 newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears. An overheated electrical cord on an air conditioner is getting the blame for starting a fire at a Canton home early today. Around 1:40, firefighters were called to the 800 block of High Avenue Northwest. They found heavy smoke coming from the structure. Damage is estimated at $23,000. The house will likely be torn down. A dog trying to get food on a stove started another house fire in the city. Firefighters responded to the 1300 block of St. Elmo Avenue Northeast around 2:30. The blaze was sparked when the dog turned on an electric burner on the stove. The family escaped when they were alerted by smoke detectors and put out the flames. The kitchen sustained minor damage. No one was hurt in either fire. The Stark County Grand Jury has indicted a Nimishillen Township man accused of sexually assaulting a young girl. 56-year-old Everett Steed is charged with 3 counts of rape and 2 counts of gross sexual imposition. The alleged victim was 6 when the activity began in January 2004. The indictment states it continued until August 2009. Steen is scheduled for arraignment today in Common Pleas Court. He's being held in the county jail on $150,000 bond. A man accused in a violent assault in Canton is behind bars. 49-year-old William Harvey of Canton was arrested Thursday. He was wanted on a warrant charging him with felonious assault for an August 11th incident. Harvey allegedly used a chair to hit a 58-year-old Canton man in the head. Police say the incident occurred in the 1900 block of 6th Street Northeast. Court records state the victim suffered several broken bones and the loss of 4 teeth. Harvey is scheduled for arraignment today in Canton Municipal Court. The Highway Patrol is investigating a fatal crash in Tuscarawas County that occurred Thursday afternoon. Around 2:15, 18-year-old Ava Stamets was northbound on I-77 in Oxford Township when her car crossed the median and entered the southbound lanes. Her vehicle collided with a pickup truck near milepost 63. The truck went off the left side of the interstate and overturned. Stamets' car then struck another pickup. Both vehicles went off the right side of the road and hit a guardrail. Stamets died at the scene. The other drivers and 4 passengers in the second truck suffered minor injuries and were taken to a Cambridge hospital. The patrol is investigating the incident. Drugs and alcohol are believed to be factors. A Columbiana County judge has sentenced a man who pleaded guilty to child pornography charges to 33 years in prison. Common Pleas Judge Scott Washam handed down the punishment to 64-year-old Barry Stevens of Salem Thursday. He pleaded guilty in March to 51 counts of pandering obscenity involving a minor. As part of his sentence, Stevens must register as a Tier 2 sex offender. He was arrested after a search warrant was executed at his home in February 2024. More than 2,000 images and videos of children engaging in sex acts were found on Stevens' computer. Oral arguments are scheduled October 25th in the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals in Cincinnati for an appeal of the settlement between Norfolk Southern and residents affected by the East Palestine train derailment. The law firm Morgan & Morgan filed the appeal in December 2024. A federal judge ruled the previous month against their motion for an injunction of payment of legal fees in the $600 million settlement. Morgan & Morgan argued the $180 million awarded to class counsel was split up unfairly. They also accused co-lead counsel of exploiting a quick pay provision. The attorneys involved helped broker the settlement resulting from the 2023 derailment. It was granted 1 year ago. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
It's off to prison for a Ravenna man who pleaded guilty to child pornography charges. A federal judge sentenced 47-year-old Daniel Robertson to more than 10 years behind bars. He pleaded guilty in May to receipt and distribution of visual depictions of minors engaged in sexually explicit conduct. Robertson downloaded and shared sexually explicit photos and videos of children from March to December 2024. Federal agents found the material on electronic devices after a search warrant was executed at his home in December. Robertson also was ordered to serve 10 years probation and pay more than $17,000 restitution. 80 days in jail and 1 year of probation is the sentence issued to a man who threatened an employee at Hollywood Gaming Casino in Austintown. Mahoning County Judge Scott Hunter handed down the punishment Wednesday to 69-year-old Alfad Mohammed of North Jackson. He pleaded guilty to aggravated menacing and failure to comply. An intimidation charge was dropped. Mohammed was given credit for 10 days served. He is banned from the casino after losing a large bet. Mohammed threatened to shoot an employee August 10th. Security escorted him off the property. Mohammed later led police on a chase and pointed a rifle out of his vehicle. A federal judge has sentenced 2 women for having fake forms of identification. 39-year-old Amelia Nohemi Rosino Rodriguez and 33-year-old Dikla Imirlania Perez Rodriguez pleaded guilty in May to possession of a fraudulent permanent resident card. They were each sentenced this week to 2 months in prison. Rosino Rodriguez will surrender to Immigrations and Customs Enforcement for deportation. Warren police found the women sleeping in a car at a convenience store on Parkman Road February 17th. Both had bogus permanent resident cards. As part of her sentence, Rosino Rodriguez will serve 3 years probation. Perez Rodriguez was handed 1 year. A parole hearing is scheduled next month for a man serving 15 years to life in prison for murdering his infant daughter in October 2002. The Trumbull County Prosecutor's Office opposes the release of 44-year-old Renal Ziegler. He claimed he put his daughter down for a nap and she fell out of bed, and he violently shook her to wake her up. But an autopsy concluded the child suffered from at least 6 separate points of blunt force trauma to the head that caused bleeding on the brain. Prosecutors say during his time in prison, Ziegler has had at least 40 disciplinary instances. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, but first the forecast. For the overnight, mostly clear, cooler, a low of 61. Saturday, mostly sunny skies with a high reaching 85. For Q92 News, I'm Jeff Mears.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders. With 6 locations, Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back to Robert Fife Stadium. Ryan Keller, Antonio Hall with you as it is halftime between the Jackson Polar Bears and the Chardon Hilltoppers. Jackson leads 21-7. An interesting first half. Jackson's first 3 offensive plays, 2 of them went for touchdowns. They seem to be on fire. But Chardon's done a great job of staying in this game. They've had opportunities to make it even closer. It was a third and goal, 4th and goal.
Yep.
And a fumble recovered by Jackson right at the goal line. That would have changed the game completely. And then you had another instance where Jackson was getting ready to score. They fumbled inside their own red zone, inside the RG Drag red zone, and Chardon took it 89 yards the other way for their only score of the game for Chardon. I think the bright point here in this first half has been the Jackson defense.
Definitely. I'm going to earmark the offensive line by Jackson, especially since there's 4 new starters this year, and they've controlled the line of scrimmage. They've opened up holes. They've given the quarterback, who was his first start tonight, plenty of time. So while the Jackson defense is playing lights out, that offensive line is playing great too.
So we're at 21-7. Let's jump in and check out some of the other scores going on in the area. East Canton up 24-0 over Chippewa at halftime. North Canton Hoover 16, Akron Buchtel nothing. Smithville 3, Tuslaw 0. Tuslaw first-year head coach over there as well. Jackson Polar Bears 21, Chardon Hilltoppers 7. Canton South 16, Field Falcons 10. The Glenville Tar Blooders 19, the Massillon Tigers 7 over at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. Boy, I wanted to know about this score, and it is delivering. Lake Blue Streaks 35, South Range 13. United Golden Eagles 21. Coach Slate's first-year head coach at Minerva 0. So off to a rough start for Coach Slate's first game as head coach for the Minerva Lions. Marlington Duke 7, Warrensville Heights 0. Barn burner at Mollenkoff Stadium in Warren. The McKinley Bulldogs 8, the Warren Harding Raiders 6. I expected that to be a really good, close, hard game out there in Warren, and it's definitely holding up to that. Alliance and Padua all tied up at 0. We might not just have scores put in for those games because they all say first quarter, and by now they should all be at the halftime. So maybe we just don't have scores reported. Dover 18 and the Glen Oak Golden Eagles 7. So tough sledding for Glen Oak there. They still a pretty young team. They got a lot of guys back over there, but we'll see what ends up happening. So let's talk a little bit about tonight's matchup here in Jackson. The Polar Bears, like we mentioned, got off to a very fast start. Offense clicking on all cylinders, and I gotta say the play of junior quarterback Carter Mulliman has been really impressive here today.
Lights out. Like I said before, you would have thought he was the 4-year starter at quarterback. His poise, his pocket presence, his delivery, he's something to watch.
And then we had Chase Maurer, who's started off the game talk about a hard physical runner, a downhill runner. He's it.
I was watching Mike Allstott run the ball right there because he was batting guys off of him for about 20 yards in the middle of the field and broke away at the end.
That's a great comparison of the way he runs in traffic as a Mike Allstott. Let's head over and talk a little bit about the Chardon Hilltoppers. They would find a way to get drives going and then just not able to get over that hump. And in order to get into the end zone, there were penalties, or there was the
turnover.
Fumble down there at the goal line that really hurt them. There was another turnover, and you kind of feel like they just need to get into a groove, get into a little bit of a momentum moving for them, and the second half could be totally different than what it was in the first.
It could. You have the one drive where they're really driving before the quarter change. The momentum kind of stalled. Then you have the one at the end of the half where they're driving looking good, but they ran out of time because they had to use all 3 of the timeouts in the first half of the first quarter. So, like you said, just a lot of little things that they can just clean up. It could be a lot closer football game.
Yeah, and great point on using those timeouts so early in the game. We had talked and said, I would have liked to have taken the penalty and saved that timeout, and it would have come in handy down here at the end of the half, driving and not able to stop the clock. They probably had a good 45, 50 seconds run off the clock trying to get set, scramble around. They finally got the play, and guys are going from the right to the left.
Yep.
It just seemed a lot of confusion there early on. So we'll see what happens. We're a couple minutes away here from the second half action, and you have to think that Jackson and Coach Rohr are going to come out and be like, hey, we played a good first half. Let's clean some things up on our own, and we can handle this. First-year head coach, Coach Landy's here at Chardon. What are you telling your team at halftime?
Self-inflicted wounds, fellas. Self-inflicted wounds. If we just calm down, settle in, execute, and do our job one play at a time, we're going to get back in this thing. Big plays is why Jackson's in the lead right now. So I noticed that they started playing the safeties back a little bit in coverage. That should help eliminate some of these big passes. But you look out there, Jackson's receivers are about 6 inches taller than most of the defensive backfield over there at Chardon. So they'll have to figure out something in the coverage game to kind of slow down that pass.
One of my favorite things that I like coming out of halftime, I always look for the adjustments that the coaches make. The game inside the game is something that I've always been fascinated with, because, you know, you're like, I'm going to make this change at halftime. And the other coach is sitting there going like, I bet they're going to make this change, so we're going to do this, and trying to figure that the chess match that goes on at halftime. I just absolutely love, and it'll be interesting to see, you know, what happens, because you still have a whole half of football left. There's a lot of time left. And man, second half football is what I always think. You see how well the teams are conditioned.
Yep.
How all the offseason programs come to fruition. Are these guys ready to go late in a game when they're
it's
tired? It's hot. We already saw a little bit of cramping, and we walked out of the press box here at halftime, and both of us said, damn, it is so nice and cool out here.
We're in the sauna.
It is super hot. I'm going to go on Amazon tonight, hashtag advertise with us, Amazon, and get a little fan, just a pop battery-powered fan for in these windows, because it is definitely stuffy in here. All right, we're going to step away and take another break. When we come back, it will be time for the second half to get underway here from Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson. The Polar Bears lead the Hilltoppers 21-7. This is high school football presented by the Chardon Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube channel.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Chardon Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders. With 6 locations: Chardon Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Chardon Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Chardon Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Chardon Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Chardon Auto Group. Find out more at chardon.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Chardon Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back to Robert Fife Stadium. I'm learning a whole lot about Canadian football being here with Coach Hall. Things I never know. Can you watch Canadian football in the United States?
Yes, it's on all the, especially during the summertime, because the season goes from like end of May, early June, and the Grey Cup is usually our Thanksgiving weekend Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yep. So
that's a great time to have a
great
championship. Oh, I love that.
Yep. So yeah, they're on all summer.
I know the Argonauts. Is it the Argonauts?
It is Toronto.
I think that's the only one that I know.
Gotcha. Well, that's a good one to know. They're kind of like the Giants of Canadian football.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably why I've heard of them. Who'd you play for?
I played for Saskatchewan, Calgary, and Edmonton, all out west.
Yeah,
all out west in the Colorado Rockies.
I know them for their hockey teams.
Yes,
true. I don't know if you know this about me. I am a diehard hockey fan.
I did not know that.
Oh, diehard.
So, funny story.
Yeah.
Hope we got time for it.
We do. We got a couple minutes left.
First hockey game I ever went to, it was after we won the Grey Cup because they were like honoring the team.
Yeah.
So it was the Flames versus Vancouver.
Okay.
Right? Huge rivalry, right?
Big time.
I go. There's like 7 fights. The score is like 6-5. There's like double sudden death or whatever you call it. I mean, it is like the game. I'm thinking like all hockey games are like this, right? I go to like 3 NHL games after that.
Yeah.
It's like 1-0, 2-0, no fights, total letdown. So that first game ruined it for me.
Oh, it set your expectations
so
too high.
Oh. So high.
Well, I've had the privilege of watching Sidney Crosby for the last, I don't know, 15, 16 years.
Right on.
I'm a big diehard Penguins fan.
Okay.
And Formula One, that's my other vice.
Really?
I am obsessed.
So I lived in Austin for about 10 years.
It's a bucket list.
Listen, dude, I got into it when I was down there.
Yeah,
I met people from all over the world: South Africa, Italy, New Zealand, Australia. I mean, it's a global sport.
Oh, it's incredible. My wife was fortunate enough to go, and she got to go to the Miami GP. She was down there for business, and I was the most jealous person ever.
I'm sure.
She was a guest from Oracle,
okay,
who sponsors Red Bull Racing.
Yeah.
So she got to go in the pit. She got to touch Max Verstappen's championship-winning car and swag bag. If you look at my backpack, it's a Red Bull. They gave shirts, hats, wireless earbuds.
That's too cool.
I was so jelly. So yeah, it's a bucket list item for me to go.
We need to go.
I want to go to Zandvoort. That's where I want to go to the
Dude,
Netherlands.
that'd be sweet.
Yeah, I want to go. There's a whole bunch. I don't have the time or especially the money.
Right. There's that part
to do that. But if anyone wants to sponsor Keller and Tone go into a Formula One race, just let us know. Reach out.
That's right. I have Venmo. I have.
Right. I'm at Q92 every day, so you can stop in and see me, drop off a check.
We need to start a GoFundMe for that. Let's do it.
Oh, we should.
We did.
Send Keller to an F1 race. That'd be awesome. So, all right, let's get back on track here. Halftime ran a little long. We still got about 2 minutes as Chardon now makes their way out onto the field after halftime. Jackson's out warming up.
It's probably because there's 470 band members, and it takes a while to get them off the field. But no, I mean, Jackson's band is great. I mean, they have such great participation. They put on a great show, but it is a lot of them.
Yeah. You know what's funny, too? I was fortunate. I broadcasted my first parade this year. I did the Carnation Parade in Alliance.
Nice, yeah.
And my good friend Mark O'Brien was my co-host. And I got to tell you, the bands in Stark County, because there were a couple of Alliance band, I think West Branch's band was in there. But when you come to these games, Jackson's got a huge band. Hoover's got a nice band. McKinley has a huge band. Massillon, their pet band. The music industry, well, not industry, but the music
community,
yes, is incredible.
It is
in Stark County, and you got to give these guys a lot of. It's hard.
I mean, they have 2-a-days too. I mean, they're out there in the August heat from morning to afternoon, carrying tubas and xylophones and stuff. I mean, you got to be tough to be in the band.
And if you think we're hot,
right?
They're wearing
on that polyester.
Yeah. Oh man, they got to be. So shout out to the Jackson Polar Bears marching band and all the bands in the area. And I grew up in Trumbull County, and football was big there. And we'd go to Mahoning County and Canfield and Boardman and that. It just never gave me the same feeling that Trumbull County football did. And then we moved to Stark County. I'm like, man, oh man, it's different.
It's different.
The whole community's come out. I mean, hell, Massillon shuts down almost every single Friday. All the businesses shut down. And there's so many good rivalries and the leagues, the Federal League, the PAC, the EBC. There's just so much good football, and it's a privilege to be able to call these games and to see these players year in and year out. And what I love most is seeing the growth of a sophomore into a senior.
Exactly.
And being able to see where they came from and their journey. And I know there's some local newspapers and stuff who are doing series on coaches. I'd like to see them pick a couple sophomores or freshmen from some of the teams in the area and just follow them for 4 years.
Right.
And just to see their journey and document that. I think it's fascinating.
Agreed.
Football's it's not just about what you see on the field either. It's all the stuff you learn and the relationships you build. And I was talking to this gentleman in the booth with us who's looking at the officials here tonight about my head coach when I played, Tony Napolet, and a legend in the coaching community. And stuff I learned from him sticks with me forever. And you being a player and a coach, and you and I have had conversations about learning what you learned as a player and then getting able to coach with the coaches that were your coaches.
That were your mentors, your coaches who taught you not only football lessons, but life lessons.
And I learned so much more just being able to spend time with them in the locker room and seeing all the preparation that goes into it. And I'm sure that helped lead you to where, you were as a coach. And
definitely.
It's fantastic. I love the game.
Yep.
Love it, love it, love it. We're about to get back to action here as the second half's just about get ready to get underway. Jackson will return the second half kickoff as they deferred and they won the opening kickoff. So we'll see the Polar Bears offense back out onto the field first as the Hilltoppers get ready to kick off.
See what type of scheme Coach Bedry Bartlewell dialed up at halftime. I really don't think you have to make that many changes because the Hilltoppers haven't stopped them yet on defense. So we'll see.
So Chardon huddling up. They're going to be moving from left to right. Jackson from right to left. 21-7 here at Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson. So here we go, waiting for the whistle, the run up, and the opening kickoff of the second half. A squib kick again, fielded at the 28-yard line, just falling on, and the Polar Bears will start there. That was Jackson Baker, who just wisely fell on that football and got the offense out onto the field.
Good move.
I'm tangled in my headphone wire.
It's dangerous in here.
We should just put like a webcam in the corner just to watch the shenanigans throughout our broadcast.
If our listeners only knew.
So the Polar Bears making their way back out onto the field. Carter Mulliman is going to be back in the quarterback position. If you missed the first half, Lucas Eckerman did not play. He's not dressed tonight, got injured during walkthrough. As Mulliman in the shotgun turn, and they're going to hand this one off right up the middle, and Chardon doing a great job plugging that up and giving no room for the tailback, Chase Maurer, to get any yardage. He's going to lose two.
4 guys right there. No huddle.
So Jackson going hurry up. Maurer to the right of Mulliman. He's going to roll out to his right, looking to pass. Got a man open in the flat and almost picked off. Should have been picked off by Ryan Colcom. I don't know if Mulliman just didn't see him. He had Max Cows making his way into the flat and Colcom jumped right in front of that pass.
Hit him in the numbers. That was the only bad pass I've seen tonight from Jackson.
I don't know if Colcom even was expecting him to throw.
He was not. He's a defensive end, so give him credit. He's not used to catching those type of balls.
So 3rd and 10 for the Polar Bears. Ball at the 26-yard line. Mulliman in the shotgun. Maurer to his left. Back to pass. He's got time. Steps up. Got a man right down the middle, and it's caught. A great throw and catch to Max Cowles. And that moves Jackson across midfield all the way to the Chardon 37-yard line.
Beautiful skinny post right there over the middle of the field. The inside of 3 receivers just hit it right between the outside linebacker and the safety. Great route, great throw.
And Jackson keeping the hurry up, and we're going to have a false start. The right tackle, I believe, for Jackson. That was Evan Beard, just kind of reset and had already put his hand on the ground. So that's going to be, they called an illegal snap on the center. So a 5-yard penalty against the Polar Bears pushes them back to the 40, 1, 2, 3, 40, we'll call it 43-yard line. So Jackson breaking the huddle, making their way to the line. Mulliman in the shotgun. Maurer to his right. Ball in the center of the field. You got 2 receivers right and left. Back to pass is Mulliman. Steps up. He's got room to run. Parting of the Red Seas. He's going to take a big hit right at the 30-yard line. Coming up and making a big hit. That's the sophomore quarterback, Andrew Cole, playing safety for Chardon, coming up and laying the wood on Mulliman.
Sure did. Great hit. But Mulliman, great recognition, seeing that, they were in covers. They were in cover 3. Nice, solid coverage. He saw the lane over the right side and just took it.
Yeah, Mulliman's got a little limp. That hit him right on that hip. Maybe gets a little hip pointer there. Mulliman in the shotgun. Turn, handoff to Maurer. Over the left-hand side, tripped up. Again, Chardon there selling out to stop the run. And I believe that was Drew Platts coming up and making the tackle.
Great penetration. Great job with that shoestring tackle behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and about 4 or 5. We'll see what Jackson does.
10 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. The Polar Bears lead 21-7. Ball on the left side. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Mulliman in the shotgun, looking to pass, and false start. And I think that's on the receiver for Jackson. I believe that was Corey Jacobs who moved early. And again, Jackson with little mistakes that they've been able to overcome throughout the game, but this one pushes them back to 3rd and 10. And you have to imagine that this would be a good place for a screen. They've been throwing a lot of pressure from Chardon. A screen, they ran that wide receiver screen earlier to a lot of success.
That screen they ran, it was a touchdown.
So Mulliman in the shotgun, and they're going to check with the Coach Rohr and the Jackson Polar Bear coaching staff on the side. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Now we're to the right of Mulliman. He's back to pass. He's got time. Now he's pressured. He's rolling out to the left. He's going to take out. He loses the football, and it's picked up by Chardon.
Wow. I wish the viewers at home could have saw what just happened. That was an amazing play.
Running over towards the left sidelines. He looked like he was trying to just throw it away and get rid of it. Instead, it was knocked out of his hands and recovered by a big defensive lineman, Riley Morris, 5'10", 250 with the fumble recovery. He's also the right tackle for the offense. So Chardon will take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. 9:21 left. Jackson 21, Chardon 7. But they've come out with a different energy in the second half. Let's see what the offense does. As Allgood lines up in the shotgun. 2 running back on each side. Now 1 in motion. They're going to swing pass over to the left-hand side. And a great job from Jackson's defense. Corey Jacobs right there after the catch. And they just get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they just try to run an exit motion out the backfield with the running back, a little swing type, I guess you'd call it a bubble screen. But Jackson wasn't fooled by it. Safety came up, made a great play.
So no gain on the reception. 2nd and 10, 8:50 now remaining in the third quarter. The ball sits at the 38-yard line. Allgood in the shotgun. He's got a tailback lined up to his left. Single wide out to the wide side right. Chardon moving from left to right. High snap taken by Allgood. He's got pressure immediately. And there are 4 or 5 Polar Bears right there as soon as he gets his hands on the football. And a loss of yards on the play. He will lose 4, and it'll be 3rd and 14.
We saw the same thing in the first half when they tried to go gun, and, you know, the snap wasn't where it needed to be, and that time it went over his head. But this time it was just a little high, but by the time the quarterback was able to field it, there was already 4 guys in his face.
Every time Chardon starts to gain some momentum and you feel like they're going to start making a push back, they have little things like this that just puts them in a 3rd and long situation. They haven't been able to convert. Let's see what happens here. Ball on the left hash, Allgood in the shotgun. He's back to pass, rolling to his right. And they're going to do a backdoor screen, and it was wide open. And overthrows the intended receiver, Cal Smith.
That was a great dial-up. Great dial. I mean, there was nobody home backside. If they would have converted that, they had 2 blockers for 1 guy. Could have got a lot of yards if not scored.
So a miscue from Allgood brings the punting unit back out onto the field and back deep to return for Jackson. Can't see the number. We'll see it here in a minute. Snap back, punt away, a high punt. And it will be fielded at the 40 and breaks the tackle across the 45 out to the 48-yard line is Alex Height. And Polar Bears will have good field position again starting this drive. They will mark him at the 47-yard line.
This is great field position. I'd imagine that Jackson's going to come out and try to take a shot here on 1st or 2nd down just because they are so close to the end zone. Let's see if they prove me right.
I would.
I
told you that last night. I'm an aggressive play caller in my Madden.
All right.
I don't think I would be a good head coach.
But a coordinator? I can see you as an OC.
As long as I didn't get to call the plays, just draw them up. I used to draw up plays all the time when I was a kid.
Annexation to Puerto Rico. Let's go.
I love it. All right, Jackson's offense back out onto the field. Mulliman will take the snap, and little post right across the center, caught across the 40 down to the 35-yard line. Max Cowles, he's been a very, very sure-handed receiver here tonight and has been wide open almost every play.
Definitely. You run that counter action, which draws the linebackers up because, like you said, they're reading the guard. But at the same time, they're running the slant right on the linebacker's heel. So actually replacing those linebackers when they pull their trigger, greatly executed.
And it gets a first down for the Polar Bears. 7:10 left in the third quarter. Ball on the left hash. Mulliman's going to take it, hand it off to Maurer. Great cut from Maurer. That play was going nowhere. Put his foot in the turf and was able to pick up 7 yards on that carry. Great run from Maurer.
Great job bending the back, putting his foot in the ground, cutting back to the left. You call that bending it. You either bend it, bang it, or bounce it. He bent it back, and he was able to get 7 good yards.
I like that, the 3 Bs. Bend it, bang it, or bounce
it. Coach Hill, the running back coach at McKinley, he taught me that. You bend it, bang it, or bounce it. I love it.
That's perfect. We have an injury out onto the field. The player is up and walking around. That's Jaden Booth. Looks like his helmet maybe. So it must not have been an injury. It must have been an equipment malfunction with his helmet. So he's going to stay in the ball game. And we've got 6:58 remaining in the third quarter. Much slower start to the third quarter than it was to the game.
Yeah, not as many fireworks yet.
No. As soon as we say that,
That's
though,
right,
watch out.
right.
So Mulliman in the shotgun. Maurer to his right. Ball on the left hash. Turn, handed off to Maurer. What a stiff arm, but he's trapped, has nowhere to go. And he will lose probably about 7 yards on that carry. Immediately had a defender in his face as soon as he got to the edge.
Yeah, it was a tripes looking at the boundary. Tripes is when you have 2 receivers and also the wing back to the same side. So it was already a short side of the field, and they had the strength to the short side, which means they have more guys, and they decided to run it there. I don't know what I don't know. It was too congested over there by the formation and run it to the short side of the field.
Do you think if Eckerman was in, there might have been a chance of him switching that and sending it to the wide side?
I think so.
Yeah, just a guy with not a lot of experience, although Mulliman's been playing like a seasoned vet. And we're going to have a timeout on the field. The Polar Bears are going to take a timeout.
Big play.
Did they say delay a game?
I think it was to prevent a delay game.
Oh, to prevent a delay game. All right, so the Polar Bears taking a timeout. This timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. So we got 5:56 left in the third quarter. As we mentioned, a much slower start to this second half than we saw at the beginning of the game. And we talked at halftime about adjustments and making adjustments. And it seems like both teams have made adjustments, but Chardon has found a way to kind of slow down that Jackson offense that had been high-powered. Oh, there you go. Where's that at?
Should be at Madison.
So got some studs in the house. At Massillon, some celebrities making their way in there. Let's jump into the scoreboard here while we've got a second. United up 28-0 over Minerva. Hoover 30, Buchtel 0. Running clock situation there. McKinley 8, Warren Harding 6, and Glenville 19, Massillon 7. 21-7 here. The Polar Bears lead. Mulliman takes the snap. Third down. He's going to roll out to his right. He's looking. He's got a cutter, and it is caught at the 18-yard line, down across the 15. A huge third down pickup for the Polar Bears. That was number 16, Rocco Norch, the senior receiver, that puts the Polar Bears inside the RG Drag red zone.
Quarterback did a phenomenal job just buying time for himself. He rolled right, kept his eyes downfield, let the crosser find the window. Beautiful delivery.
And, you talked, we have an injury, a cramping situation at the far side of the field about the 13-yard line. We talked at halftime about the offensive line. And, again, right there was a great job of them. They built the little U and gave him a chance to step up. He saw an opening, was able to get to the edge and give himself more time. So both the offensive line and Mulliman, who, as we mentioned, throughout this game, wasn't the starting quarterback up until late yesterday.
Right, about 5:30 yesterday.
Lucas Eckerman hurt his knee during the walkthrough, and Mulliman, who plays wide receiver, has done a fantastic job running this offense here tonight. Really only one bad throw that was almost an interception thrown into the flat. He's looked really, really good out there.
Great.
So situation with a player from Chardon on the far side of the field, and they're out there stretching him out. And I kind of want to pop outside the press box and see, how much cooler it is out there than it is in here, because that's when you're hot and sticky and the temperature around you starts to drop. And and that's all good. That's their quarterback who is cramping and who's making his way off the field. So it'll be important for Chardon to get some electrolytes or some orange peel or some oranges and some bananas.
Need that guy.
Yeah.
Need that guy.
Yeah, he's a big their offense runs through him, even when he's not in quarterback. And they have put in Andrew Cole, the sophomore. Allgood has usually touched the ball on those plays regardless. So he's a big piece of this offense and defense playing, corner for them. So 1st and 10 for the Polar Bears inside the RG Drag red zone. Mulliman in the pistol formation, and they're going to hand it off to Maurer. Mauer's immediately hit, falls forward after picking up a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Great job by the defense. Got inside. It looks like the defensive end crossed the face of the tackle, was able to sit in B gap, and was able to make that play.
5:15 remaining in the third quarter, 21-7. Jackson leads Chardon. No points in the second half so far. All the scoring's been done in the first. And Jackson with the ball in the RG Drag red zone. Mulliman in the pistol. Maurer behind him. Hand off to Maurer over the right-hand side. He'll get across the 10-yard line after picking up a few and then is brought down. And Churro with the stop. And sets up a 3rd and 6. Jackson can pick up a first down without scoring. And, boy, these bugs have come out of nowhere.
We got heat, bugs.
Boy, oh, boy.
We have adversity ourselves.
Look, you can see them all in the lights. Oh, I can't close the window.
Right, I will die.
That's a hot box for sure. 3rd down for the Polar Bears. They're going to hand it off to Maurer. He bounces it to the outside, cuts it up and in, and he's going to be close to the first down. Let's see where they mark him.
Looks like that right tackle got away with a little bit of a hold, but hey, sometimes that happens.
And he's going to be short of the line to gain. It's 4th and 2, and they're going to bring the kicking unit out onto the field. We've talked about Cooper Mizier, for the we got a penalty marker.
Moving the chains.
And that's going to be a first down.
Yep.
It's going to be against Chardon. I didn't see offsides encroachment on Chardon.
Wow.
We'll give them half the distance to the goal line. They needed 2. The half the distance gives them 2.5. And now they've got a new set of downs. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line for the Polar Bears.
How deflating is that? Your defense bones up, stops them. You always want to hold them to a field goal attempt in that situation. You get your job done, and then penalty.
And I would give this ball to Maurer. He's a strong. He runs low to the ground, squared shoulders. Let him go north and south here as he lines up back into the left of Mulliman. And they're going to hand it off to Maurer. He'll bounce it to the edge, put his foot in the ground, and up and into the end zone. 3-yard touchdown run for Chase Maurer. And the Polar Bears go up 27-7 with 3:15 left in the third quarter.
One of your Madden calls, you said give it to Maurer, and that's what they did in touchdown.
Yeah. See, I'd be an all right head coach. So Cooper Mizier in to kick the extra point. This is actually probably close to the same distance as his field goal would have been. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it is off the scoreboard and in.
Bank shot.
Yeah, he should put that through the uprights, past the stands, and off the scoreboard. And the Polar Bears go up 28-7 with 3:15 remaining in the third quarter. We're going to step away and take a break. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
This is head coach Jay Rohr from the Jackson Polar Bears. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Robert Fife Stadium. Ryan Keller, Antonio Hall with you tonight. Polar Bears lead 28-7, 3:15 remaining in the third quarter. And the run-up and the kickoff will be fielded at the 3-yard line, right up the middle of the field. Now he's going to bend it to the right, and great pursuit and coverage from the Jackson Polar Bears. As the returner, that was Dominic Frisco, only gets out to about the 13-yard line, and that's where Chardon will take over 1st and 10. I want to thank everyone here at Jackson as well for being so hospitable. Drinks and food up here at halftime. Greatly appreciate it. They're great here whenever we come to call a game. So big thank you to the administration here at Jackson High School. Greatly appreciate it.
Love the pepperoni roll.
Oh, it's delicious. And the peanut M&Ms, and it's perfect. That's all we need.
That's it.
That's it. We don't ask for much. Maybe stats. 3rd and 8, or excuse me, 3:08 left in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for Chardon, and they're going to turn and hand this one off over the right-hand side, right up the middle, a huge hole, across the 25, 30, out to the 35. Penalty marker comes in from the back judge.
Might be a face mask.
I was thinking the same thing. That was a great carry by Cal Smith as he talks it over with the referee. And we'll wait for the call. 5-yard face mask against Jackson's Max Cowles. Cowles has been a force to be reckoned with on the receiving end. Gets hit with that penalty there. Gives Chardon a 1st down. They are all the way out to the 39-yard line. 2:55 remaining in the third quarter. Jackson 28, Chardon 17. In at quarterback for Chardon, Andrew Cole. And I think Allgood's out there on the left wing. As he comes in motion, they hand it off to him over the right-hand side. Breaks the tackle across the 45, across midfield to the 50, into Jackson territory, out to the 44-yard line. Another 1st down for Chardon, and he is cramping again on the ground, trying to get up so that he doesn't have to come out of the game. Boy, you got to like that from a player.
I know, tough kid.
And coach yells at him, tells him to get over here, get some liquids, get stretched out a little bit. And he got him a 1st down, 1st and 10, 2:20 remaining in the third quarter. And Andrew Cole under center, 2 backs in the backfield behind him. Ball on the right hash, turn, hand it off over the left-hand side, and immediately hit. That was Cal Smith, hit at the line of scrimmage. And let's see if I can see the young man. It was number 59. Yeah, the Martinez brothers.
Wilfredo Martinez.
Wilfredo and Will Angel Martinez coming through and making the stop, playing defensive tackles for the Polar Bears. And no gain on the carry. 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line. And looking to see, he's still stretching on the sidelines is Drayton Allgood. So Andrew Cole still under center. 2 backs in the backfield. Ball on the right hash. Takes the snap, turn, hands it off over the right side. He's got room to run across the 40, 35. Finally driven out of bounds at the 31-yard line. That was Max Hannon with the carry. Tackled on the play by Jackson Baker, and a 1st down for Chardon.
Great job by the right side of the offensive line for Chardon. I mean, it seems like whenever they run right, they're having a lot of success. So when they're running left, not so much success. So great job by that right side of the line.
Chardon putting together a nice drive here. They've had a couple of these that have always seemed to stall out. Their only touchdown on the evening is a fumble recovery for a touchdown. And they're going to turn, hand this on off again over the left-hand side now out to the 25-yard line.
There we
It's
go.
Cal Smith with the carry. Brady Sheets with the tackle.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Stay with it. I mean, this drive, it's that wing back run right, wing back run left. You pull your backside guard to lead them up in there. It's working great.
Now, the wing T, you suck the defense in, you suck them in, you suck them in. This would be a great opportunity for second and short. Hit them with the play action. Try to catch the tight end running down the seam. Little pop pass.
Yep.
We'll see what they do as Allgood comes back into the game.
Better get a timeout. They saw it.
And they do, as the play clock was expiring, a timeout from Chardon. Again, this timeout brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. Let's jump in and we'll check some of the incoming scores here. See what kind of updates we've got. We've got a whole bunch. Here we go. Glenville 19, Massillon 14, 2:19 remaining in the third. Marlington 13, Warrensville 0. Harding 9, McKinley 8. So 3 field goals for the Warren Harding Raiders. And let's see, what else do we got? Let's see, Louisville 10, New Philadelphia 0, the Leopards. Lake 42, South Range 13. Coach DeGeorge coming out firing against a Division 5 powerhouse in South Range.
Yep. I love Coach DeGeorge. I got so much respect for that guy.
So there's some score updates for you as we bring you back here. And it is second and short. And they're going to turn, hand it off over the right-hand side to Allgood. He's going to be short of the line to gain for the first. No, they give it to him. He just gets it. So first down. Sorry.
No. So remember, we need a battery-operated fan and fly swatters.
Bring one of those electric tennis rackets in here. So first down for Chardon. And that's going to be it for the third quarter. So we go third quarter scoreless here from Robert Fife Stadium. The Polar Bears lead 28-7. We're going to step away and take a break. Fourth quarter action when we come back. This is high school football presented by the Chardon Auto Group on Q92Radiosports.com.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Chardon Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson. The Polar Bears lead 28-7. Fourth quarter just getting ready to start. I'm not kidding when I tell you, I look down and there are
being attacked right now.
Hundreds of little fly nets in this press.
And they hurt. They are tagging me over here.
They're getting stuck in my arm hair. Oh, my goodness. And they just turned the light on here, so hopefully they go up to the light in the press box. First down for Chardon. Allgood is not under center, but they're going to turn and they're going to hand it off to the right-hand side, and he's immediately stopped. That was a carry from Cal Smith. As Andrew Cole, they seem to be leaving that young man in at quarterback and trying to use
Here he comes.
Allgood wherever they can. And I think they're going to leave Cole in and just have Allgood run that wing slot because he has been cramping so much in this second half. And they're going to reset the play clock here. Oh, man. Just underway in the fourth quarter here at Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson. Andrew Cole in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's going to turn, hand it off. No, he keeps it himself. Great fake.
Great fake.
I thought they had handed it off, but Cole keeps it himself over the right-hand side, picks up a couple.
Big third down.
And it will be 3rd and 6 with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. (28-7), the Polar Bears on top of the Hilltoppers. I actually looked up why they're called the Hilltoppers.
Why?
It's because they're on a hill.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, Chardon is like one of the higher points up north. And, they're on a hill. So there you go. Cole takes the snap, turns, hands it off over the right-hand side. That goes to Cal Smith. He'll pick up a couple. He's going to be short of the line to gain. We'll see if they attempt to go for it here on 4th down or if they tried another field goal. They tried a 42-yard field goal earlier. But, yeah, at this point, fourth quarter, you're down 3 scores. You need to get more points on the board. And they're going to make they're going to take out Andrew Cole. Or they're just calling him over to get the play.
Telling the play clock to hurry up.
So they got 8 seconds left. They're going to be forced to use another timeout. There's no way they can get up to the line. 3, 2, 1, and they do end up taking the timeout. Again, this timeout brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. Big thank you to Friends and Family, also RG Drag and Sarshone Auto Group for sponsoring football here on the Q92 Sports Network. Big thank you to them. We greatly appreciate them. So 9:45 left in the game. A big 4th down, 4th and 3. But again, Chardon only has, I believe, 1 timeout remaining.
Yep.
Using 2 of those timeouts, and they used 3 in the first 7 minutes of the ball game. In the first quarter, were completely out, and that hurt them, late going into halftime on a drive, trying to score, and
2 drives.
Just ran out of time and didn't have those timeouts.
Yep.
So I imagine clock management is going to be something that this team works on a little bit leading into week 2.
Definitely. I don't know if they have the same offensive coordinator from last year, but usually week 1 is when you work out your kinks in your operation.
So big 4th down for Chardon. Well, for both of them. Big 4th down, just period. Chardon with the ball, 4th and 3. Inside the RG Drag red zone at the 16-yard line. And Cole is in the shotgun. He's got a back on each side of him. 2 receivers to the wide side left. All good now in motion. And they're going to swing it out to him on the left-hand side. He catches the pass, trying to get to the edge, and he's going to be close to the line to gain, but I think Jackson does a great job stopping him. That is Rylan Miller, who did a great job reading that out, and an open field tackle on Allgood forces the turnover on downs.
Great tackle. I mean, that was probably about half a yard short. I mean, great open field tackle.
So Jackson will take over 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. And I have to imagine we might see a heavy dose of Chase Maurer here because if you're Jackson, you kind of just want to eat as much clock off as you can and get out of here unscathed, no injuries in the game.
Yep.
And move on to week 2.
Getting your 4-minute offense, trade as much clock as you can, and get out of here with the victory.
So Jackson moving from left to right, and the ball's on the right hash. Mulliman in the shotgun, turn, hand it off to Maurer, makes a man miss. Boy, is he shifty in traffic, gets all the way across the 20-yard line. Again, I've said this multiple times tonight, a run that looked like it was stopped in the backfield, and Maurer finds a way to weasel through there and picks up 7.
Great job. I mean, ran counter. Both the pullers were able to get hat on the hat. Maurer snuck through there and was able to make a big gain.
And another player from Chardon down at the 20-yard line has an injury and looks like he's cramping. What do we got here? Oh, Massillon taking the lead.
Really?
Yeah, let's check in here. I don't have that yet text in, but I just saw Massillon was leading. McKinley 15, Harding 9.
Oh, okay.
3:50 left in the third quarter there. Hoover and Akron Buchtel with a running clock. And Hoover, that game is final. There it is. Massillon 20, Glenville 19, 11:56 remaining in the game. Running clock situation between Lake and South Range as well. Lake 49, South Range 13. So getting some did I say final with Akron Buchtel?
No.
Hoover 30, Akron Buchtel 0. So that was a running clock for a big portion of that game as well. And I got another update on Louisville. Louisville 17, New Philadelphia 0. 4:50 left in that game as well. So that's a big win for Louisville program, who's been trying to get back to the winning ways.
Yep.
They had a lot of turnover in the coaching position, their head coach, and finally they've had a guy who's been there now.
It's his third year.
I think so. Is it? Why am I forgetting his name? I think it's Kappas.
Yeah, I know he's Greek, so that sounds about right.
Let me look. I got. I feel terrible. I talked to him earlier. Let's see here. This is great radio here. While I look it up.
I think you're right. I think it is Kappas.
I think so as well. But yeah, they've had a lot of turnovers. Here it is. And it's great to see them get, especially against the New Philadelphia team, who they've had a great program for the last couple of years. Yes, Chris Kappas. I knew it. Yeah, he's come in and has really made that program his. Although I gotta say, I know. Did you see the new helmets?
No.
So they have new helmets, and I don't think a lot of people like them at Louisville.
Oh, okay.
They just say Ville, Ville on the side. So, but hey, it's his program, and you got
his flavor on it.
Maybe that's just what they needed.
Right.
A little change,
little spice, little swag.
The Browns tried it with the helmets; it didn't work. So we're back here to Robert Fife Stadium. Mulliman throws this one out into the left flat, and that's just going to be incomplete, and it sets up a 3rd and 4 for the Polar Bears. 9:14 remaining in the game. The player from Chardon just walked off on his own. He had some really bad cramps. I imagine it's getting nice and cool out. Oh, it's beautiful.
Beautiful night.
It is an absolute perfect night for to kick off the high school football season.
Amen.
So 3rd and 4 for the Polar Bears. Mulliman in the shotgun. Maurer to his right. And he drops back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. He's got a man wide open and caught in stride at the 40. Goodbye into the end zone. Corey Jacobs with the long touchdown. 80-yard touchdown to Jacobs. And Jackson striking 34-7 with 9:03 left.
So much for running the ball and burning some clock.
Oh, now, I mean, and that's another thing with a wing T that doesn't normally throw. When you get behind in games, it's so hard to try to climb back out of that.
Yep.
Especially when you've got a team like Jackson, who all their scores have been big plays.
Big plays.
So on to kick the extra point for the Polar Bears. Cooper Miziner. And that is through the uprights and good. Polar Bears 35, Chardon 7. We're going to step away and take a break. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back to Robert Fife Stadium. The Polar Bears on top 35-7, 9:03 remaining in the fourth quarter. Some more score updates for you. Let's see. McKinley 15, Harding 12, 2:35 left in the third quarter. Harding is out of timeouts.
Wow.
So they're in a very similar situation in a close game to be out of timeouts in the third quarter. We'll have to keep an eye on that if it comes back to bite them. And we've got a kickoff underway here in Jackson. That ball will bounce and go into the end zone for a touchback. Chardon will take over 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Been a pretty good week of high school football, a mixture of running clock situations and some super close games, depending on how you schedule. But I mean, I guess in high school it's a little harder to know what your opponent is when you schedule these games.
Exactly. Especially if you're from out of conference or from out of the area. It could be a coaching change, could be a heavy senior class. You just don't know from year to year.
So Chardon's going to have the ball 1st and 10 at the 20. Under center is Andrew Cole. He's going to turn. Hand this one off over the right-hand side, breaking a tackle across the 30, 40, all the way down to the 45. I didn't know where the ball was at first, but Drew Platts took it in a big chunk of yards, picking up 25 yards, taking they're going to spot him out of bounds at the 41. So a 21-yard run for Chardon and some more injuries and cramping.
Yep.
And it's funny, Sam Berkwin, who was calling the game with Marlington, said that they're having a big cramping issue there. He said, we've got more cramping than scoring here in Marlington. Yeah. Another score update. McKinley 22, Harding 17, 1:31 left in the third, 83-yard run by Keelan West for the Dogs. Glenville 27, Massillon 20. So quick answer from the Tar Blooders with 10:26 left in the fourth quarter as well. At one time I looked up where Tar Blooders came from as well, and it's an interesting story. I just don't remember it.
Okay. Because when you said Hilltoppers, the first thing that came in my mind, well, where did Glenville get their name?
Yeah. I looked it up one time before, and it was an interesting story. Maybe I can pull it up here. Well, maybe if I can spell.
One of the brothers, he was cramping up.
Where did Tar Blooders come from? One suggests it's a battle cry in the 1940s, meaning the team would whack the tar and blood out of their opponents.
Huh, okay.
There you go.
All right.
We're
kind of like that.
we're back here, Chardon, 1st and 10 at 41. And they're going to hand this one off over the left-hand side. That's all good. Breaking the tackle. He's off to the races. Across the 40, 30, 25, 20. Cuts it back. Still on his feet. All the way down to the 12-yard line inside the RG Drag red zone. A great run from Drayton Allgood.
Great run. Good old wing play, wing around. Got the edge. Broke a tackle. Off to the races.
And I don't know if he would have gotten caught. When he was about the 40-yard line, he kind of stumbled a little bit, and that took away a little bit of his momentum, but a great run nonetheless. 8:44 left in the game. 1st and 10 for Chardon at the 12-yard line. And Andrew Cole under center. He's going to hand it off over the right-hand side. That goes to Max Haanen. Haanen will pick up a couple and get down to the 10. And it'll be 2nd down for the Hilltoppers.
Number 2, Alex Height, and number 48, Reese Myers.
And the clock continues to run. Inside about 8 minutes left in the game.
Every time the Hilltoppers have been in this situation, they've shot themselves in the foot. So let's see if they can punch it in the end zone this time.
Andrew Cole goes under center. Allgood still on the sideline. Man in motion from right to left. Play action, boot to the right. Throws it out into the flat. Off the fingertips of the intended receiver. and falls incomplete. I believe that was Drew Platts, who just had it bounce off his fingertips, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7 now for Chardon. At least that stops the clock for them at 7:57.
And that was pretty good coverage. Even if we would have caught that, I mean, the defender was still in phase right there on his hip. So, that boot action really didn't fool Jackson.
Here we go, 3rd and 7. Ball on the 9-yard line. Cole under center. All good back into the game, and he's going to take it over the right-hand side, and he will be hit right around the 5-yard line. And they're going to be short, and it'll bring up 4th down for Chardon with 7:45 left in the game.
And 4th and 3.
And they trail Jackson 35-7. So this is you have to pick this up if you're Chardon at this point in the game.
Have to.
They huddle up at the 13, break it, and get to the line of scrimmage. All good on that left wing. Cole under center, and they're going to turn and hand it off over to the right-hand side. He's got enough for the first. Well, let's see where they mark it. Platts with the carry, and I haven't seen a signal made yet as to whether or not they picked up the first down. They're going to spot him.
They're calling for a measurement.
And no, they do not get it. Turnover on downs. Polar Bears football.
Second drive in a row. Jackson stones him inside the 5-yard line on the 4th down.
I love Coach Rohr. I think that's Coach Rohr out there at the 20 in the shorts.
Oh, he's loving that.
And celebrating with his defense. And another big stop. This is 2 or 3 big stops from this Jackson defense. Again, the defense has a shutout.
Yeah.
The only points for Chardon was an 80-yard fumble return for a touchdown. But the Polar Bear defense has done a great job of not allowing the Hilltoppers to get into the end zone. So the Polar Bears will take over 1st and 10 from the 3-yard line.
That's 3 goal line stands inside the 5-yard line by Jackson.
So Mulliman in the shotgun. He's going to turn, hand it off over to the left-hand side. That's Ty Jackson, the ball carrier, according to the PA announcer, because I couldn't see.
A little bit far away.
So Jackson, they are moving left to right. They are the left side end zone from us. Ball on the left hash. Mulliman back in in the shotgun. I believe that is still Ty Jackson in the ball game. And false start on the Polar Bears, I believe. And that'll move them half the distance to the goal line. So 6:31 left in the 4th quarter. 2nd down for the Polar Bears. It's probably 2nd and 11, 2nd and 12 right now after the penalty. Ball on the 1-yard line, maybe 1.5-yard line. And Jackson with 10 seconds on the play clock. Finally gets set. Mulliman in the shotgun. And low snap, and it's on the ground. See who ends up coming up with it. And it's a touchdown for Chardon.
2nd defensive touchdown of the game.
A low snap forced Mulliman to try to reach down and grab it. By the time they did, a player from Chardon jumped on top of it and scored. So that's 2 as Coach Hall said, 2 defensive touchdowns for Chardon here tonight.
And the only touchdowns for Chardon here tonight.
Yeah. So 6:05 left in the game. And some confusion. Do they have enough players out there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They do. Okay, they looked like Allgood was waving like they needed someone else. Snap back, hold down, whistle blown. Wow.
Why would you call a timeout?
I did. That's Chardon's final timeout called right before an extra point. See, they were short a player. They only had 10 guys out on the field, but it wouldn't have mattered. You don't get a penalty for playing with 10 guys.
Exactly. I mean, if you worry about getting it blocked, I mean,
there are more pressing things at hand, trailing by 21. Boy, with 6:05 left in the game, no more timeouts remaining.
Man.
Are they going to go for two?
Yeah, I'm here calling for offense.
So interesting turn of events right there. Got another score update, a final now. Lake 49, South Range 13. So the Blue Streaks starting things off the way they wanted to tonight. Tie ball game. Glenville 27, Massillon 27. 8:37 remaining in the game.
All right.
End of the third quarter. McKinley with the football leads 22-12 over Warren Harding.
Okay.
And back here, they move the ball to the left hash as Chardon will go for a 2-point conversion. And all good under center. Two backs in the backfield. And they turn. All good hands it off over to the right-hand side and not getting in.
Great job by that Jackson left side of the defense. Looks like the front side linebacker was able to make contact right behind the line of scrimmage. And
yeah, they stopped Max Hannon from getting in. So they made the extra point, but had called the timeout right before the kick and then failed to convert the 2-point conversion. It'll be 35-13 with 6:05 remaining in the game. And we're going to step away and take a break. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube channel.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders with 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
This is head coach Jay Rohr from the Jackson Polar Bears. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Robert Fife Stadium. Jackson Polar Bears lead 35-13. Folks, when I tell you that there's
a plague over here,
just bugs everywhere. I'm not joking. I'm not onside kick. Hold on, onside kick, and there's a fight for that one as it got through, and I believe the Polar Bears were able to fall on that. They're going to have great field position. I'm not exaggerating how many bugs are in this room. And
they're vicious.
Now you just feel them on your arms and your legs. Oh, man. It's one of those warm, cool summer nights.
Yep.
So Jackson will take over 1st and 10 with 6 minutes left in the ball game, and they will start off at their 45-yard line. And do we have a different quarterback in the game? We do. In the game, Anthony Corsi, the sophomore for the Polar Bears. And looks like we have a different running back as well. And they're going to hand it off over the right-hand side out to the 45, so maybe a pickup of 1. No, that is Maurer. Maurer's still in the ball game. So the sophomore Corsi, 5'9", 145 pounds, getting some action. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday with Fairless and Sandy Valley. Fairless had a big lead. They ended up winning 50-13. That it's nice when you're in these situations, you can get some of the younger guys to see some action.
Exactly, especially early in the season. The more you can get your guys on film, especially in real time against varsity quality opponents, the better it is for their development.
So Corsi in the shotgun. Maurer lined up behind him. They're going to hand it off to Maurer over the left-hand side. He'll pick up 2 and be down at the 47-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Polar Bears. And I know you don't want to run the score up. There's only 5 minutes left. But I mean, if I'm Coach Rohr, it's third down, it's 8. You're trying to pick up the first down.
Exactly.
It'd be nice to see your sophomore throw a ball in a varsity situation.
Yep.
So we'll see what they do here. In the shotgun is Corsi, Maurer to his right, and they'll check.
They're showing blitz.
Yeah, they did, and then it's great for a sophomore quarterback to immediately point and recognize that. 4:30 left in the game, and they're going to hand it off to Maurer. Maurer stutter step, and he will be close to a first down. And he might. Oh, they're going to give it to him. Yep. He needed to get to the 45, and the tip of the ball is just touching that line, so it'll move the chains for Maurer.
That was a great cut by Maurer. He's shifty, especially in the hole.
And Maurer comes in at let's see, where'd he go? There he is. 6 foot 185. And he will line up to the right of Corsi as they check with the sideline. Ball on the left hash. Turn, hand to Maurer. And penalty marker on the play.
Is that a false start?
Yeah, sure is. Oh, false start against the Polar Bears. That'll push them back 5 yards. Right to midfield with 3:53 remaining in the game. Also, make sure to head over to our Facebook, YouTube, X, Threads, Twitter. Post all kinds of content, folks. Pictures, post-game interviews. After the game, Coach Hall is going to go down and have a talk with Coach Jay Rohr. Maybe get Maurer, or, boy, it'd be great to hear what Carter Mulliman has to say about today's game, and all these will be posted on our social media. Q92 Sports, Facebook, Instagram, X, and Threads. I knew there was another one.
I always forget about Threads.
I do too. I never signed up for Threads.
I just
personally
recently did like a few weeks ago.
Oh, there you go.
Never on it.
Follow Coach Hall on Threads. So 1st and 15 for the Polar Bears. Ball on the left hash. And they've got tight end, wing left, power left. I imagine this is going left.
It looks like it.
Hand off over the left side, and he will pick up 4 yards. That's Chase Maurer with the carry. Looks like they gave him 3, so 2nd and 12 for the Polar Bears.
This is also a great experience for your young offensive line to be in a 4-minute situation, to try to close the game out, run the clock out with the offense on the field. It's just a great experience for those guys.
Yeah, it's important in those situations. You need to sustain drives, but can continue to get first downs while eating the clock.
Yep.
And it's good for him to be able to watch the play clock as well. They need to hurry now, though. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and they do get it off.
Do they call a timeout?
Okay, they did call. Oh, he got it off. That was a great job getting it off, but a timeout called by Coach Rohr. This timeout brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend to the family. We got a good lineup of games for you next week as well. 7 games every week, folks. 7 games. Nobody does it like us here at Q92 and
we don't play
Q92
around.
Sports Network. We bring you more coverage than anybody else in the area, week in and week out. And got some good games. I think we are going to be at Perry, Coach Hall and I, next week. Should be a good one. Perry coming off with a big win yesterday against Central Catholic, exploding that offense and, getting an identity of their own. And they're going to host Akron St. Vincent St. Mary next week. So
be a really
look
good
forward
football
to that one as well. And again, all the games can be heard on Q92radiosports.com. That'll take you right to the Q92 YouTube channel. And all these games are going to be there. We also post them all on SoundCloud. So you can listen to any game dating back to 2016 on our SoundCloud. Oh, what a hit. Handoff right up the middle to Ty Jackson. And he gets leveled. Was that number 13 coming from the safety position?
I think so. I mean,
33. Oh, boy.
He timed that up perfectly.
Jaden Booth coming in and laying the wood on Ty Jackson.
Oh, man, that was like a Lawrence Taylor hit.
That's
was
the
beautiful.
The Jadavion Clowney, but without the helmet pop.
Right.
Sets up a 3rd and long now for the Polar Bears. as
Chardon's lined up off sides.
They're going to hand it off to Jackson again. Makes a man miss. Oh, he returned the favor as he ran over that play. He ran over Booth and got to the 45-yard line, but it'll bring up 4th and 10. They should bring the kicker on and let him just drill one from here and see what happens.
How close he gets, you know.
Oh, did you see that NFL guy hit a 70-yarder in the preseason?
No way.
Yeah. 70-yarder.
Wow.
That's what I said. But they do bring him on to punt. Cooper Mizier. I think I'm messing his name up too. I apologize, Cooper, but he's on to punt, and kick is away. And punt fielded at the 15-yard line as he's fallen to the ground. So Chardon will have the ball 1st and 10. That was number 12 for Chardon. Dominic Frisco with the return.
We're going to see a lot of new faces on defense.
Yeah. So 103 remaining in the ball game. Jackson leads 35-13. Coming up, we'll have a post-game show. We'll run through the scoreboard, local area scores. We've got a bunch of finals coming in, and we'll see what's going on with Massillon and McKinley and some of the other schools in the area coming up in our post-game show. But all good in at quarterback for Chardon. Man in motion, turn. He's going to keep it himself and fake the option pitch over the right-hand side. Get across the 20-yard line out to the 23, and a late penalty. That came all the way from the referee, who was a good 20 yards behind that play.
Somebody's down.
I think that was a personal foul. Ivan Chua with the personal foul, and because they're inside the 30, that's a half the distance penalty. So that will, and then you've got Allgood on the ground again at the 25, just cramping again. So mayhem breaking out in the last minute of the game here. So they're going to check with him. We'll jump into the start of score. I did it again. Into the scoreboard.
Old habits are hard to break.
Right. McKinley is now controlling this ball game.
They're running away with it.
There was 11 minutes left in the fourth. They went up 29-12, and 9:50 left. The pick six by Christopher Kroc for McKinley. McKinley now leads Harding 36-12 with 9:50 left. Marlington 20, Warrensville 0. 8 minutes left in that game. And a big win for Coach Kappas and the Louisville Leopards, as that game is now final. Louisville 24, New Philadelphia 0. And those are the all the updates I got for you.
Still tied to Massillon?
I believe so. I haven't seen any score updates coming out of that yet. So I believe Massillon is still tied up. As Allgood finally gets up off the field. You have to love the heart and determination of this young kid.
Got to.
As he did not want to leave the game, even trailing by 21, and still out there fighting and battling. So a bunch of respect for Drayton Allgood, the 5'9", 161-pound senior out of Chardon. That's the kind of stuff as a coach you want to see, leading by example.
Exactly.
You're struggling, you're cramping, but you don't want to leave the game and
still battling.
Yeah, good. That's the kind of kid you want on your team right there. So Chardon now with the ball first, and they're going to hand this off over the right-hand side. First down, and continuing to run across the 30 all the way out to the 35. A heck of a run from Jaden Booth, who is now on the ground cramping with 41 seconds remaining in the game.
Good hard run.
Wow. We'll talk about some of the other games we got coming up next week. We talked about ours. Going to be at Perry on Q92. Hoover, and we'll be hosting Medina That should be a really good game. Medina's had a pretty good program going for a little while.
Yep.
This one's a good one, too, on our sister station, AM 1310 WDPN. Louisville at Alliance. Going to get to see J.R. Jackson over there at the Alliance Aviators, and Louisville coming off a big win against New Philadelphia. So that one should be a good one. And New Philadelphia will be traveling to West Branch to take on the West Branch Warriors. That should be a good game as well. I'd like
West
to see
Branch is always solid.
What West Branch is doing today. Let's check out a different scoreboard. And we'll see if we can find some of the EBC schools and schools outside of Stark County. As Chardon goes under center at the 35-yard line, turn, handoff over to left-hand side. And a good hard run there from Chardon. I believe that was Cal Smith with the carry.
Tackle on the play by number 22, Carter Peck.
And that's probably about going to do it. Chardon's going to break the huddle, but I don't think they're going to get another playoff.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's going to do it. Half a second too late as the clock expires. And your final score, the Jackson Polar Bears 35, the Chardon Hilltoppers 13. We're going to step away and take a quick break, maybe like one or two commercials, and we'll be right back here at Robert Fife Stadium to wrap things up in our post-game show. Final score from Robert Fife Stadium, the Jackson Polar Bears 35, the Chardon Hilltoppers 13. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92Radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92Radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back to Robert Fife Stadium. Ryan Keller, Antonio Hall with you as the Jackson Polar Bears are victorious. Open up their season 1-0 against the Chardon Hilltoppers, 35-13. Coach, let's talk a little bit about this. If you're Coach Rohr and Lucas Eckerman, who is your starting quarterback coming into this game, doesn't play because of an injury. You put in Carter Mulliman, and he comes out and shines. That's got to be promising for your program.
Definitely. I mean, there was a lot of question marks coming into this game, questions about the defense, replaced a lot of starters, questions about your quarterback, obviously, questions about your offensive line, and all seem to be playing very well tonight.
Yeah, your defense pitched a shutout. Both of the touchdowns for Chardon were defensively. Off of fumble in the end zone and then a long scoop and score. So you have to be proud of that defense, too. If you're Coach Rohr, going in the locker room, what's your message to your guys?
Great first win, but, we can't get complacent. It's only week one. It's never as good as it seems or as bad as it seems. So we got to come in this week with the mindset to get better, but it's definitely how you want to start the football season.
And I'm trying to see where the Jackson Polar Bears are going to be next week because, it doesn't get any easier. These are all out-of-conference schools, and we know what the Federal League's like.
Yep.
And before you know it, you're going to be in conference and Federal League play. And, boy, they've got a really big test next week at Austin Town Fitch.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe we are doing that game. We are. Christian Bigglesworth will be in Austintown calling Jackson at Fitch. So you could listen to that action right here on Q92 Radiosports.com. And then in Mayfield, and then you get into the gauntlet that is the Federal League. And I want to know what Green did today. I've got high expectations for that program.
Definitely.
They've done amazing things. They've lost a lot of guys, but they bring a quarterback back. They bring some receivers back. So they're going to be a team to watch. Perry Lake, Glen Oak, McKinley, and Hoover. Man, the gauntlet that is the Federal League.
Yes,
it's
is.
Unbelievable.
Yes, it is.
I don't think there is a tougher conference in all of the state of Ohio than what happens right here in, I say Stark County, even though Green's and Summit.
Technically,
we invite them in.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Mike Voorhees will appreciate that, our friend Mike, because he's a Green
He's a
alum.
Green guy, right?
But yeah, it's a couple tune-up game, not even tune-up games. Fitch is tough. St. Francis, Mayfield. So this was a good opener for Jackson. But Coach Rohr is not going to be happy.
No, and he shouldn't be. I mean, he's happy, but he's not pleased. So got to keep working, got to keep fine-tuning, got to find ways to get better every single week.
So we'll keep an eye and see what happens with Lucas Eckerman next week. If not, I think they're comfortable with Carter Mulliman, who go out there and sling the rock.
He looks like he's perfectly suitable to run this offense.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us tonight. He's going to head down and get some pictures and interviews with some of the players from Jackson. Make sure to follow us on our social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, Threads, at Q92 Sports. All that content's going to be up there from all the games that we cover every single week. Score 7 on the Q92 Sports Network. Coach, appreciate you, buddy. Head on down.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Get the goods.
You know it.
We're going to run through the scoreboard here a little bit and see if we got any updates for you. I do. I got a bunch of stuff coming in here. Let's see. Any update from Massillon? 27-27, fourth quarter. 3 minutes remaining in that game. Massillon on the 10 with 20 seconds left in the game. Glen Oak, a loser tonight to Dover. 18-7. Dover ends up knocking off the Golden Eagles in week 1. Let's see what else we got here. There are a couple scores I wanted to try to find for you this evening. All right, let's see here. Wanted to see if I can find the West Branch score. It's hard because these score apps aren't exactly the most reliable, but we'll see what we can get here for you. Let's see here. Got a final for, McKinley 36, Harding 19, 7:47 remaining in that game as well. All right. Trying to get some more scores. Boy, this isn't great radio. So we're just going to start to wrap things up here. Let's see. Don't forget next week, Medina at Hoover on Q92. That is going to be our game of the week on our sister station, AM 1310 WDPN, Louisville at Alliance. That should be a really good game. Sam Berkwin will be doing the Sam Berkwin Show from 3 until 6 from location, from Karras Field at Mount Union. And then we'll have Louisville at Alliance, New Philadelphia at West Branch, Jackson at Fitch, CVCA at Canton South, Lake at Boardman. Should be another really good test for that Lake Blue Streaks team. And then, as I said, Coach Hall and I will be at Perry for St. Vincent St. Mary, traveling to take on the Perry Panthers. Want to thank all of our sponsors. Big shout out to them. Friends and Family Credit Union, bringing you every time out, the RG Drag Red Zone. And let's see here. Of course, how could we forget our good friends at Chardon Auto Group, high school football brought to you by the Chardon Auto Group on Q92radiosports.com and all the games on the Q92 YouTube channel. And if you missed any of the action, you can catch it you can go back to YouTube and listen on YouTube, or we upload all the audio onto Q92 Radio on SoundCloud. It's all right there at your fingertips. Games dating back to all the way of 2016. So if there's a game that you want to watch, you can go back and you can catch it there. Make sure to follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, all the games on YouTube, Threads, Q92 Sports, all over the place. We are there. We bring you photos, interviews. We got the goods. So make sure to give us a follow. That's going to do it from Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson. Our final score, the Jackson Polar Bears 35, the Chardon Hilltoppers 13. For my broadcast partner, Antonio Hall, I am Ryan Keller. Have yourself a wonderful weekend, and we will be back to high school football next Friday right here on Q92 Radiosports.com. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Stay safe, be kind, hug your loved ones. Final score, Jackson 35, Chardon 13. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com. Good night, everybody.